Deplorabus Unum podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? We are going to have a small minor discrepancy real quick. I have to upload a different song.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah, but Nick, you're supposed to send it to me on the...
I sent it to you on both, bud. You said to. So I did.
I thought we were going to use Sellout from Tom McDonald.
Oh, if you want to put that on, go ahead. I don't know. I like Tom McDonald. Put that on. Do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are just tuning into the Deplorabus Unum podcast, usually we like to play a good song. And seeing that Tom McDonald is not, he allows people to listen to his music without getting, infringements and stuff. Just sit back, relax, and let people flow in and listen to this 3-minute and 43-second song. It's pretty good. The first time I heard it was today. So,
despite the title, Tom McDonald is not a sellout.
No, he is not. I love it how Nova's last name is Rockefeller. It makes me laugh every time. Those of you who are tuning in, that was Tom McDonald. Tom McDonald's a really big inspiration to this move, to this generation, millennials. He speaks about only the truth. He doesn't belong to any record company. He only works for himself, works along with his girlfriend. If you want to look for him on Instagram at hangovergang.com on Instagram, and I am Tom McDonald on Twitter. He's also on Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook. I recommend his music. It's amazing. I love it. He speaks the truth, and it's very inspirational, especially to myself. I don't know about these two guys, but I certainly like him. All right, Nikki, you want to take it from here?
You're sharing screen.
He is not.
Son of a bitch. Let's scroll again. They make it so difficult to broadcast. Let us use your platform. Never let us. You're always just against us. Sorry about this, guys. I had it set.
It was good earlier this week, too. I just decided to put a filter on it. I thought the filter was a nice little touch. Nice good air flow.
Let's rewind. Almost there. Nope.
A lot of things have definitely happened this past week where I'm at a loss for words, man. I'm at a loss for words for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people are like changing their views on things. A lot of people coming to the right side. I'm watching it. We watched it with our own eyes. We watch people are like, wow, you guys aren't racist. You guys aren't fucking scumbags. You actually are good people. And people just want to be assholes back. First, really.
Yeah, it's happening both ways. Ron from Code Monkey from 8chan found this New York Times article. They were talking about these the same Dominion machines in 2006. They were talking about this, and they were saying that Hugo Chavez and Maduro used them to get elected in Venezuela.
You played a video last week about a woman who said, back in my own country, she didn't expect to say, but she talked about Chavez, and she was like, I lived there that time. Do you remember? She was like, we're here for the people. Yeah. So,
yep.
She's saying that she's already lived it.
Election. But the thing that's funny is that these guys were the new cartel shipment. You know what I mean? Like, they were bringing all the stuff in, So,
yeah, but didn't we know that this president, he's the president of Venezuela, Chavez, correct?
He was, right?
Yeah. Now, do you not remember who was? I think it was Mike Pompeo or Agbar who said it on national television that he's a criminal. He's a criminal, and he had a $15 million bounty on his head, whether dead or alive.
Well, that's my point of that is that this motherfucker uses these machines, and the New York Times knew about this, but now the New York Times is like, no, these machines are, like you were saying earlier, Chris. Nothing to see here. There's no more voter fraud now. It's tight as a drum now. We're good. We we check.
Yeah.
Believe us. You have to believe us. You don't have any choice but to believe us. Here we go. This is on TikTok, but this is a teacher, a fucking liberal teacher having a meltdown on a student. Well, not a meltdown, but I think it's definitely an asshole.
That okay?
Anything
else?
Would
you please keep that opinion to your own house? Thank you. Not in the
So
school.
you get to put your opinion out in class, and my
No,
opinion
I am not.
my opinion has to stay
I
inside
am
my
not
house.
putting my opinion. I'm not putting my opinion out. I am stating what is national school authority policy. Okay?
Excuse me?
Whatsoever.
Just making
Not
shit
every
up.
policy is scientific, right? Not every policy is scientific, Murray.
And you can't come out here and say that I'm not being inclusive when someone says
I
you
didn't say
disagree with
you. I said what you're saying was not being
You
inclusive.
kicked me out of class. If you want to have a discussion about it, we could have done it. Had a discussion. You don't have to kick me out of class.
I'm
And
sorry.
Waste 30 minutes. I think it's silly to have anything other than.
You waste 30 minutes of my time. What do I pay you for?
These guys are just so afraid of a lawsuit.
I love this guy. This guy's awesome.
I don't like his face.
I just saw this on my For You page, and it's not getting as much attention as it should get. He fell into that. Oh, he dead. I just saw this on my For You page, and it's not getting as much attention as it should get.
He was like, yeah.
He fell into that. Oh, he dead.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I just saw this.
Can we find that video?
You can just go to the original. After
Yeah, we
he
can find
stitches
that
it.
too.
I've watched it. It's fucking crazy.
Do you know what happened to the person that fell in?
Oh, he did.
Oh, hang on. We got to watch that again, but bigger now that I realized how I made it bigger.
There's probably all fucking
There it
stalactites
is.
I
down
just saw
there at
this
the
on my For You
bottom.
page, and it's not getting as much attention as it should get.
No.
He fell into that.
Oh, no.
Oh, he dead. I just saw this on my For You page, and it's not getting as much attention as it should get.
Bro, he jumped off of him.
He fell in.
Yeah.
He fell into
Yeah,
that.
that's it. Yeah,
Used him to flip.
dude.
Can you
What
imagine
the hell?
realizing
what are they
that's
even
why
doing
you
near
died?
that thing? What are they even doing near that thing?
Fucking being dumb teenagers, man. What the hell? What happened
Yeah.
to that kid? What about the kid in the gorge over here where we live? They were partying and he fell off.
Yeah.
Fucking Katie Sharon fell
Moron.
into that old pumping station.
Yeah.
Because, when you're not of the legal age to drink, you have to go look for places where you can hide and illegally
Yep.
drink.
Watch
Got
it.
the confidence be cheap. I don't know if that's gonna happen. It's not a walk in the park over here.
She says you'd be no better than the third best post player on the men's team.
I'm just going to use that to fuel this. I mean, I'm better, but and I know that kind of gets at him, but it's okay. It's okay, little man.
But I would like to see that. I would pay to see that. I pay for a ticket. Front row though. I gotta be front row.
What money's on BG?
I got cars on that one.
If there's no referee,
What is it?
I'm gonna
What
go
is
to the
she
ATM.
transgender or just really good at
and I'm gonna sell
basketball?
my house, and I'm gonna put all my money
I don't
on
understand.
DeMarcus Cousins.
I'm glad she's that confident in her ability.
I think that is a transgender.
Can we find that video? I want to see if she beats
Whoa.
him.
I want to see it too.
Kevin Durant, he's fucking good, man. Johnny Depp's
Everybody drop your weapons and put your hands up. Hands up. Yeah, give me all your cash and that camera. I've been expecting you for hours. My name is Captain Jack Sparrow. Hello, and I would like to swim to you, jump in your boat. What the hell?
He sounds hammered.
Yeah, he does.
I would get shit house too and do it.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'd be like,
Dude, that's the only way he can enjoy it. How many times do you think they had to look at him before Like,
Does the
wow,
school
that looks a
make
lot
my
like
bum
Johnny
look
Depp. I wonder, is that Johnny Depp? Is that just really good makeup here at Disneyland? Is he drunk? That's Johnny Depp.
I would have jumped out of my fucking. I would have went over to hug him.
Carries that sword around for real, just in case.
Yo, my best friend's at it.
He is,
He'll
dude.
I
run
really
you
like
through.
it.
He
Okay,
fucking-
Walk the plank, you farman.
I would love to have him in our post-apocalyptic theater.
I wouldn't. He sounds like he'd be really high maintenance. Like he'd be complaining all the time. He knows a bunch of stuff, but he'd be condescending to you. You know?
And yep, and he would stay behind while we go on missions.
Yeah.
Fuck all our girls.
Oh, for sure.
You see?
I'd probably let him fuck me.
Exactly.
This is Johnny Depp.
I mean, he's
Man,
not
just
Channing Tatum. I don't give a fuck. I mean, he can go ahead and
But
cheat.
that's why we're gonna all end up killing it.
He can't touch me until he apologizes for secret window.
You know what? It's gonna be one of the girls too that does it. You know, we're gonna be like on the verge of like, should we fucking kill this guy? Just throw him out of the bunker. You
As
know,
we're speaking
maybe-
about it, he's doing it.
No. Yeah, well, but he's doing one of them, but the other one is jealous now, and she comes in a rage and she stabs him to death while he's on top of her. And we're deliberating, and we're like, you know what, man, maybe we should just give Johnny a pass this time. I mean, like, we all sucked his dick too. You know,
Plus, I don't want him to
left
go.
him-
I miss him.
Right. But then we go and we find out he's dead anyway.
Yeah, that'd be a really tragic story.
But that's I'm
Okay,
sure
anyway,
that's the way it
let's
would
move
play
on.
out.
We better have a window in this fucking scenario.
Mike Pompeo
Future
tweeted
too,
1 year ago, brave Iranians took to the streets to exercise their freedom of expression. The regime responded by manifesting its brutal ideology, indiscriminate violence, and terror, killing as many as 1,500 Iranians, at least 23 children. We mourn
We
these
care
victims.
about fucking Iranians
Do you remember
now?
that? Do you remember that last year?
Yes.
That was crazy. Yeah. No, I remember it was right when they were protesting as China was and all that. And Iran was like, "Hey, China, we raise you 1,500." And China was like, "Watch this."
Yeah.
And they just started throwing the people in bags. China started sending out videos of the China virus. And they were the first videos that they sent of coronavirus victims were people pulsating and falling to the ground, foaming at the mouth like fucking zombies. And they were like, "Oh my God."
I wish that's the way it actually had worked broken out. That would solve so many
Crazy.
of our problems.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, that
right
was
now
nuts.
would bring us all together a zombie apocalypse.
No. No, it wouldn't.
No, it really wouldn't. It
No, it
definitely
wouldn't.
push everybody apart.
90% of the people in the country are not prepared if the power were to suddenly go out, no new food were to be delivered.
So November 29th is
Definitely
coming
not.
fast, guys.
And there,
Ladies
were,
and
and,
gentlemen,
and there were no cops to protect anybody.
that brings me to this real quick. That on November 29th, I don't know if anybody's aware, but there's a rumor going around truck drivers across America parking their trucks, and they're going to go on strike. And I mean, we're talking about like regional drivers carrying precious items that people may need, or food, or whatever it is, medicine. It's just be prepared, because truck drivers really do deserve more respect, and they're pissed off. So, if you guys don't get your chocolate from Hershey's, tomorrow, you'll understand why.
Legalize prostitution at all truck stops in America. That'll get you.
That'll definitely get them. Yeah, that'll definitely get people to become truck drivers,
Yeah.
right?
You're gonna have like
Like, oh, man.
transcontinental truck drivers coming from here down to fucking South America. Like, fuck it, let's build a bridge to Antarctica.
Ice bridge truckers.
Just one
That's
bridge.
so,
Yeah,
across the
it's a tough job, but it really makes the time go by a lot quicker.
Imagine
being
that.
able to pick up a hooker every 150 miles or so. It's just like renting a car. You
150
pick her
miles.
up in Dallas, you drop her off in Fort Worth.
She's all part of the same fucking company. It's fucked up.
But hey, look, You know, Nick's right. I think that'll motivate a lot of people to start driving trucks. And I'll make $80,000 a year.
For real. Even more than that.
Nick, what do you got going on here?
Check out our YouTube channels. This is the one where I've been playing Call of Duty and just talking to people. Well, nobody's been on there yet, but I've been talking to myself. The game like follows like the Cold War pretty fucking good. Shows you some shit, you know, some stuff that just got declassified recently. So it's pretty interesting stuff. But yeah, check that out. Check us out on it's Landers Rockwell, not Rockwell and Landers. It's reversed with our main YouTube. But this is just my personal one. But this next one here I got is we got, you know, Bush said New World Order back in the 90s. Now we got fucking Trudeau talking about Agenda 2030, Agenda 21, and New World Order here. I got a longer one too. It's only 30 seconds.
Building back better means giving support to the most vulnerable while maintaining our momentum on reaching the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the SDGs. Canada is here to listen and to help. This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset. This is our chance to accelerate our pre-pandemic efforts to reimagine economic systems that actually address global challenges like extreme poverty, inequality, and climate change.
The global reset.
Yep.
Dude,
so
looks,
now
like
they're actually saying it. They're
movie.
literally they're saying it when they're addressing their nation in the world. They're fucking saying it, bro. He says and he said it backwards, reaching the 2030 agenda.
Yep.
So you mean the UN globalization plan?
We're just gonna do it with our own shit.
Dude.
So what do you guys figure? Do you guys figure we have 10 years or less?
I don't know. I think
if
they're not gonna kill us, Chris, you know what I think we're gonna get? Hopefully we will get like the second episode of Black Mirror with the exercise bikes.
No.
We're probably gonna end up dead, but
I don't get the exercise
maybe need power.
You generate power by riding your bike all day, and you earn credits.
Yeah, you have to buy stuff like even your toothpaste and stuff.
Yeah,
and then they
use your credits to just
then they
take
take
a squirt of toothpaste.
Then they take your girlfriend and put her in porn and make you watch it. You can't even close your eyes because then they won't give you credits. That's what's gonna happen.
Gross.
Yeah, dude, it sounds awful. That's why I am totally against full electronic money. We need paper tender, dude. I don't give a fuck if it's got AIDS on it. I needs it.
Yep. I'll start trading in gold and copper and shit, man, before I
for real, dude.
I mean,
precious metal.
We're all gonna keep actual digital wallets. We have to participate in the real economy, but there's always secondary economies. Those are the ones I prefer to deal with anyway.
I'm not opposed to digital currency. I don't want all paper currency either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the hybridity of it, if that's a word. I don't think it is, but I fucking made it up. So whatever.
We're moving into a new age, man. Like when computers
I
start
agree.
to shift into when we start launching quantum computing, when we actually have a global network that can connect things like fucking governmental agencies instead of through the usual diplomatic channels, everything speeds up, you know? Like it's coming. It's gonna be more convenient, so people just do it. I mean, look at Tap Pay right now. You just walk in the store and you slap that machine with your fucking debit card. You're like, give me my shit. You don't even have to enter a code in half the time. You just tap it and here you go.
Have you seen an Amazon store? You want to see an Amazon store, man? I'm going to show you an Amazon store. It's the cart literally scans your stuff as you put it in.
Oh yeah, dude, it's fucking
sick. No. You got the fucking 2-Cook Pay.
Yep. Here we go. Watch this.
Jeff Bezos went above and beyond, bro.
Damn, now we need lasagna. Next week we'll have lasagna on the air.
$29 per month per arch.
Dude.
60 months
Should have-
financing
we
with
should
total.
Two lasagnas. Look at that.
What's going on? Rich Sparrow here, Rich on Tech. This is the new Amazon Dash Cart that is at the Amazon Fresh Store in Woodland Hills. This is a really cool piece of technology.
Watch how high
It
tech
allows
this
you
fucking
to
thing is, dude.
self-checkout as
Watch how
you
fast it does.
shop in the store. So you can see they've got some cameras and lights to
Walk out
recognize
after.
what you put in there. They give you a few bags, and it also has a weight sensor in there, so
You
you
don't
can put
ever
in
have
stuff
to
like
deal with a
produce.
person.
And this is your screen.
It has a weight
It'll tell you
sensor.
what you
Oh
just put in
my
the cart,
god.
a little place for your drink, and also your Alexa shopping list. So that makes it easy to add stuff at home and then
Your
find it in the
Alexa
store.
shopping
And this is
list.
where you scan your phone. to
Put
get
your
started.
email
So
into
here's how it
our
works.
tablet when you get
Find
to our
something on the
store.
shelf, and by the way, all of the price tags.
Didn't Jeff Bezos bug the Prince of fucking Saudi Arabia by like handing him his phone and be like, put your email in for me?
Probably.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
At the store are
Yeah, they want you to put your
digital,
email
which is
in.
really cool. So there's the store. So let's say
You
we want to buy
fucking
some
idiot
tuna
did it.
fish, and you put it
Watch
into
this.
the cart. Oh, it already found it.
Look
See
at that, dude.
So these
Wow,
cameras are
you
pretty
just waved
good
it over
at
it.
seeing stuff very quickly, and you just put
That
it in
thing
there,
is
and
just
boom,
shooting
you
radiation
got
out
it.
in
So it
every
says
direction.
$2.59, and I've got a little running subtotal of what I'm purchasing, which is really cool. There's your meats over there, some seafood there. And let's try something else, because now at the store there's a mix of traditional brands and also organic stuff, and a lot of Amazon products as well. So something like this Donut Cafe. And
Yes, some coffee
Look at
companies.
that, already found it.
He was like, I'd like to buy your piece of shit coffee company.
And we should try taking something out of the cart and seeing what
I
happens.
don't like how your labels
So here's
don't
some
say
cereals.
Amazon.
Let's try
I want to buy
mini
your whole
frosted
company.
wheats. So these $3.60.
You can still live in it, but I want to own it and be able to kick you out whenever I
It's
want.
almost too fast. It recognizes these things very quickly. So
you
now
gotta
let's
be
say, okay, you know
decisive
what?
in there.
I decided
You can't just
I'm
be
not gonna
taking
get
boxes
these.
off the
Let's
shelf.
see what happens.
Like,
Let's
oh,
see what
I'd like
happens.
to look at the nutritional information
It
on
now
this item.
says
Look at that, dude.
quantity of one removed.
Oh.
And again, one of the neatest things about this is that you've got this subtotal here that lets you see exactly how much you're spending as you go through the store. So if you're anything
what
like
happens when
me,
you don't stop
and
and
you're-
listen, you look like
Oh,
a jerk.
I want an Amazon store. I don't. That's still pretty cool tech. It's kind of scary. These like it knew that it was going in the cart just by seeing that he fully turned and took it off the shelf. You know, like it's watching you the whole time.
Yeah, that's just looking at your face, storing your fucking biometric data.
So that it knows what you look like until the day you die.
And then we'll have that whole federal network of cybersecurity specialists that can fucking pull your face out of any surveillance camera anywhere in the fucking country from a remote laboratory just sitting in some state in the desert.
Fuck yeah. That's just not right.
And be like, well, why would they be looking for you? If you don't have anything to hide, what's the big deal?
Now I know they want me.
Yeah. Well, let's say you didn't do anything wrong and they want you. All they got to do is call you a bad guy. He's a racist. He said something sexist. He said fuck when my child was watching the show.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've seen that. This you guys got to follow. Remember Kevin Sorbo? He was Hercules.
Yeah, I wish he was still Hercules.
Yep.
You gotta follow him, dude. He's hilarious. This tweet isn't that funny, but the ones coming up are. But I said Orwell called them thought police. Twitter and Facebook called them fact checkers. 6 days ago, Sidney Powell was on Maria Bartiromo and the shit. We're getting ready to overturn election results in several states. I don't make comments without having evidence to back it up. All week they've hammered her. They held a press conference that showed that they have hundreds of signed affidavits and that it's being taken serious. And that's just in like the areas that they're in, And I don't know. We're waiting anyway. Were you laughing at this tweet here? Or were you laughing at what I said, Chris? The tweet?
Yep.
That's what I figured. I was like, I know I ain't that funny, and I know I didn't say anything too stupid. Yeah, John Bolton was one of the dumbest people in government that I've had the pleasure to work with. The sullen, dull, and quiet guy. He had nothing for national security except, gee, let's go to war. Also, illegally released much classified information. A real dope. That's my president.
Oh, damn. I love this video.
Oh, yeah, I think I told you guys this last week, but let's watch it again. It just makes me happy.
Hey, can you help me?
All that hate. It's unfortunate that it happened, but man, that is. Oh, and now you got the cops.
Oh, now
I did,
you got
sir.
the
He spit on me, like the press charges of assault. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
Make sure that conversation happens.
What do you want to have happen with those 700,000 votes? The ballots are already mixed in. Do you just want 700,000 votes deducted from
We want to make
Biden's
sure
total?
that conversation happens. You're trying to say this is done and over. The
I'm not. I'm not saying it's done and over. I'm asking you where you're going to find the votes to pull ahead. Where are the votes to pull ahead?
Forward. This is now my third time to try to get this answer out. The legal path ahead exists here because there are clear constitutional violations that have keep snarking, making your faces and rolling your eyes, Leland.
Take me through.
I get it. You guys spent years trying to run up a Russia hoax against the president.
It's very simple.
And trying
What
to say this is
happens?
over.
How does the
And the hypocrisy continues because you know what?
How does the president
don't
pull ahead?
concede to Joe Biden.
What do you want
but
to
now
have happen to
everybody
the
wants to say
700,000 votes?
that this is over for us. It's ridiculous.
What do you want to have?
What happens to the 7?
What do you want to have happen to the votes?
Decide, Leland.
Okay.
That is up for the court to decide. But we should be able to have the conversation about those votes.
Nobody's
When you're
saying,
trying to say this is done and over.
No, nobody's trying to say that. I'm just simply asking you.
You guys keep
how is
talking about President elect. It sounds
I don't
like
know who you.
guys are
I don't know
saying
who
it's
you
over.
guys. I don't know who you guys are. Okay, you and I are having. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. And
I'm
ask
Aaron
you,
Carini.
I'm trying to
I work for
ask
the President
you.
of the United States.
I'm trying to ask you very simply, where are you going to find the votes? You say we want to count every vote, conceivably because you think that means you're going to pull ahead. Where are the votes in a path to 270? Where?
We are taking every legal avenue that exists in these states to make sure that legal votes are counted and illegal votes are counted. Here's a question for you, Leland. For every Democrat and every talking head on the news, how much fraud is okay? How many dead people can vote and you're okay with that? How many ballots will run through a machine multiple times and you're okay with that? No, it's a serious question. We want to protect election integrity in the United States. And we said for months that we wanted to make sure every legal vote was counted and every illegal vote was not counted.
Who are you lumping everybody together?
She just called you out, motherfucker.
Really? The media?
The media and the media in general. So now it's just you just attack everybody if they don't agree with you. Okay.
No, that's not what I'm doing.
Not much else to say. Aaron, we understand where you want to go with this. Thank you. We appreciate your time, Jillian.
Always. Both the Biden.
Even Fox.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Someone just got a nice $1 billion bump.
But that dude looks like he should be on CNN anyway. He looks like a little weak.
Yeah. Dude,
it looks like somebody's got their arm up his ass and they're working him like a puppet.
Yup.
Seriously, right? Like I was about to say, he looks like a Muppet or something, dude.
Dude,
like,
he sounds like a fucking defendant in a fucking trial case right now. He's like, but, and he's trying to he just interrupt her. Not letting her 1 second getting a fucking word out. Obviously, that's the fucking case.
I don't have a defense for anything you're trying to say, so I'm just going to keep talking so that you can't say it. We call this a filibuster, and this is what's happening right now because I don't want you to say what you're saying on TV. I'm the TV, and what I say is the truth, and you're a liar. This segment is over.
Yep.
Oh, and they're saying these are journalists saying this to lawyers.
Problem is, he's not a journalist. He's a fucking news anchor, which means he's an actor that reads the news.
This is something that I thought was this is something Trump tweeted. Many of the court cases being filed all over the country are not ours, but rather those of people who have seen horrible abuses. Our big cases showing the unconstitutionality of the 2020 election, the outrage of things that were done to change the outcome will soon be filed. And everyone, this is something that the news, the fake news has been running on they're like, look, this got tossed out and this got tossed out. It's because they're being registered by citizens like us. And dude, I called my thing multiple times and I kept getting the blow off, and I finally caught the town clerk. I have a video. I recorded my phone on speaker. I tried telling the guy about it, and he just started BSing me. He's like, no, we checked and I called him about the markers in the machine and they said it was perfectly fine. And, and he's like, and then he tried to explain it to me. Remember I was talking about the voting machine? He's like, you see, there's a way that they get sorted when they're in there. I go, dude, the whole side of the machine was open. I saw it. There was not one tray. I said, but I saw female receptacles for the tray. And he kept denying it. So that's when I turned on I went and ran and grabbed my iPad and I turned it on to record,
Yep.
Because the dude was lying through his teeth. So I sent him an email. I sent him an email requesting those things, the ballots and then the voter registry.
That's my problem with people in those positions making statements like that too. It's like, dude, don't come at me like I'm crazy. You have an incentive to lie here.
That's the thing is that he didn't say like, oh, we'll look into it and maybe you just saw something else. He's like, no, that didn't happen.
That's what I'm,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Shit,
like,
dude.
You have an incentive not to be honest here because you look bad when you look at the truth of the matter.
Exactly. It's fucking sickening.
The system defends itself with filthy, filthy snakes.
Yep, I hate it.
Who else would want to be a politician?
For real. I honestly, I would probably be one of the ones that dies from stress.
You'd be like Trey Gowdy and just mic drop and disappear.
Yeah.
Fuck you, people. I tried to help you. This fucking poor guy.
That was in DC.
Pushed over like 30 times.
He hadn't had that birthday. But go on.
Poor guy got pushed over so many times.
Release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Tax filings revealed that Biden's cancer charity spent millions on salaries and zero on research. His son died of cancer, and they started a foundation. And they spent no money. They just took every dollar.
What do they call that there? Money laundering, right?
yeah. That's when you clean money so that it doesn't give you COVID, right?
Yeah, exactly. so you can keep it as cash because it went under ultraviolet lights, so it's definitely safe.
You learned it here, folks, on the Deplorabus Unum podcast.
Joe Biden.
We're science.
Money laundering.
We're science.
We just proved it.
Literally.
We're good. We're really good. Dan Bongino tweeted, hearing from a solid source that DC police were being urged to ticket or arrest Trump supporters at yesterday's rallies for minor infractions to advance the fairy tale that Trump supporters are the violent ones, not the Antifa BLM terrorists.
What sort of minor infractions?
Fucking see, Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani says election will be overturned. We have proof that I can't disclose yet. On it, like all the affidavits that they're signed, and some of the people, like they were like, yeah, go ahead and say my name. But Sidney Powell said it last night. I got it coming up, but she said there's going to be a lot of people after this that have to go into witness protection. And I didn't even think of that. Like, there's going to be some Donnie Brasco motherfuckers. And in this day and age, dude, you know how hard it is to disappear?
Yes. A lot easier to just dump them in the ocean.
Yeah, exactly. Remember Minority Report when you had to get new eyes and all that? Yeah, buddy, this one here.
Hey, they don't have our retinas on file that we know of.
You look in your motherfucking camera. Your fucking iPhone recognizes your face.
Yeah, it does fast, too. Very fast.
That shit can probably tell whether you're happy or sad looking at ads. targets it at you even harder.
Seriously, it's like, did his eyes light up? Did his pupils dilate? He liked that. We'll send it again. That's how it knows that one of my keywords is busky.
Look for things that talk about the personality profiles that social media sites collect on you.
Oh, dude, I know what I have.
You get back, it's like the size of a phone book.
Like he yells and he's violent. Let's see. This is another one of my YouTube vids. These are just the campaigns that I'm playing. I want to do some live ones where we do zombies and stuff, but I'm trying to build up the audience again. You know, I got 1 subscriber right now, but our Rockwell Landers has 19, so keep going to that one too, please.
Is that where we played last night on Earth?
Yep. Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, I actually, let me show that real quick. Let's see, those on Twitch. Twitchy.
I see it.
I don't. Where is it? Am I blind?
Financial District.
That's TV.
It's
Yahoo Mail. It's in
social media.
Social media. There it is. Social media. Here we go. 6 views. Fuck yeah. Last night we played. It's Dungeons and Dragons type game, but it's zombies. I'm gonna bring the closer next time, so that we can see the board better. Put it down next to it or something.
It looks good, man. I think it looks great the way it is.
Yeah.
Those of you who are watching this, that is not brand soda.
A D6. I don't see a label.
Brand.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't see it.
Yeah, so we played that game. That was a lot of fun. I love that game.
2-hour session. Nick fucking ate all of the humans.
I did. I ate
hey, we did pretty good,
all
though.
characters. It was fun.
Almost made it.
Yeah. Well, you died. Sorry.
That Twitch still playing?
Yeah.
YouTube shuts off, but Twitch doesn't. That's fucking crazy. All right. Back to the Twitter machine. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer's administration on Sunday ordered high schools and colleges to stop in-person classes, closed restaurants to indoor dining, and suspended organized sports. A couple days later, I got it coming up, they filed all the paperwork for her impeachment. So we'll see what happens with that, because she's overstepped her bounds a few times where the courts have intervened, and then she just keeps fucking doing it. So she's clearly knows that she's in violation. So maybe something could happen, but who fucking knows? We're gonna have to hope that she gets on a helicopter or something. I don't know. Kobe.
Finish her off like in fucking Scarface.
Yeah. This is Clinton Lawrence. Exactly 1 year ago to the hour, I was in my military prison cell when I got a call from President Trump. The president called me to tell me he was giving me back my freedom. Thank you, Mr. President, for changing my life. I'll never forget it. # bold leadership. That's the dude that killed the terrorist in his custody. I heard the guy, I don't remember exactly what happened, but anyway, Amir Safari, Trump's legal team has collected evidence that it could cause a massive earthquake, not only inside the camp of the Democrats, but also in the top ranks of the CIA. What I know, and unfortunately at this point can't share, is nothing less than scary. So that sounds like it's going to involve John Brennan, Clapper there,
Either that or we're going to be reading about this guy's murder on next week's show.
I don't even know that guy's name, so you might not, but you never know. That's probably why.
I don't even know your name.
Hillary's accidentally going to tweet her condolences. Tribunal Watch said senior administration officials confirmed that DNI Ratcliffe will publicly detail the depth and breadth of Chinese espionage and influence operations targeting the U.S. Influence operations. Stop the CCP steal. Ron from Code Monkey from 8chan. I'm trying to figure out a better way to call him to identify him. Ron from 8chan. If you have a moment, please archive whatever you find, because these search results will likely be scrubbed soon. I was looking at these and it started looking like QAnon. But dude, freaking Dominion's logo. There, see that logo right there? It shows the red ballot going in. On their main logo, it's after the boat comes out of the box, it turns blue. So it shows it going in the top red and coming out of the bottom blue.
Big blue dick coming into fuck America.
America. Fuck your mom. Let's see. What was this about? Search Twitter history. Oh yeah. Once they figured out the merger between Dominion and Smartmatic, there were a lot more interesting names on the Smartmatic boards, and they kept themselves off because they merged with Dominion. But all these people had like Dominion and Smartmatic written in their profiles on LinkedIn and Twitter and all that stuff, and then hundreds of these people just started scrubbing that all stuff off of their profiles now, and now they have like employment gaps and shit on their fucking all their social medias, etc. Pretty interesting. You know, if they don't have anything to hide, why are they scrambling like this? Like if you were a voting company and somebody was like, "Hey, we think someone cheated on your machines," be like, "Yeah, by all means, check. Let's make sure this is right." Instead, they're like, "No, we got it. Relax. You're wrong." Like, no, we've seen much evidence of it. They're like, nope, didn't happen.
No evidence. You got a
None
witness.
whatsoever.
You got a body. Then you don't got a murder.
But this is about voter fraud. You want a body?
Yeah.
Here we go. Crazy days and nights. Why is the tiny electoral district in Omaha, Nebraska, a blue hub? Why does Warren Buffett have a house in Omaha? Why is ES&S voting system based in Omaha since 1979? In 1979, do you know who wrote a paper saying that the voting machines were a terrible idea and absentee ballots as well?
Warren Buffett.
Jimmy fucking Carter. He did. Him and someone else within like the UN. They wrote like a big essay about it. You know, like back then, like that was like, I don't know. Instead of tweeting, that's what they did when they wanted to talk some shit. It says here, if their software could turn Omaha blue, then corrupt world leaders would buy their software. Obviously, right?
Sounds a lot easier than what they did.
I mean, in mass, we turned Hillman County blue. It wasn't. I mean, who knows? It's possible. But it's there.
Can we just say he
here we go.
cheated? What the fuck?
You want to see Gavin Newsom lie to us? You want to be enraged?
Yeah.
Let's get enraged together. Let's get mad. Let's watch this cocksucker lie right to our face and just talk to us like we're stupid. There's a video,
Henry Rollins video, liar.
Cause I'm a liar. Ha, ha, ha. That is such a good video. Where is that video? Is this it? No, that's not it.
Is that it at the top?
Nope, that's not
Sorry,
it.
we're closed. Ah!
No, I don't want to read about Omar. I want to watch that video. Son of a bitch. All right. I have it covered.
Too.
Yeah, I keep screwing up. Oh, God. Why is this happening? Why are you doing this to me? There we go. They've ruined it. They've totally ruined it. Now I'm screwed again. Son of a bitch. Oh, they put us right back. Cool. Hold on. There's gotta be a way to. See, that's the video right there.
He wants you to wear your mask in between bites on Thanksgiving. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah. I will fight you, bro.
Yeah. Send some cops into my house, try to enforce me wearing a mask while I'm trying to eat my turkey dinner. I will kill a cop.
Toretto! Cops came to my house in front of my family.
You have no idea how bad I'll get.
Walk up to the door and lock it. Now you can't leave.
Yep. Here we go. This is Andrew Cuomo being disingenuous. We'll get to Gavin Newsom after. We'll watch Cuomo first. Let's get really bad.
COVID is not the only virus attacking us. We are being attacked.
Turn it up on your headphones, Nick.
COVID weakened our immune system. And when your immune system is weakened, then you get attacked by other viruses. And that's what happened to America. We're being attacked by multiple viruses at the same time. And we must fight them all. Because racism is a virus. And sexism is a virus, and discrimination is a virus, and injustice is a virus, and division is a virus, and distrust is a virus, and abuse of power is a virus, and hatred is a virus. And our America is better than this. Our America is strong enough to admit her mistakes and to grow from them.
Mayor of New York.
Our America is not a low tide America. Our America is a high tide America. Our America rises up and confronts that which diminishes our belief in our America's potential and promise. Remember Langston Hughes.
That's the problem right there.
Our America is the dream the dreamers dream. Let it be that great, strong land of love. Oh, yes. I say it plain. America never was America to me, and yet I swear this oath, America will be, and New York will lead the way. Thank you, and God bless you.
It's the new capital of the fucking
New World Order.
Blue country. Damn, we're smack dab in the middle.
Yeah, we got the fucking move.
No, fuck. I'm not going anywhere. I told you. I'm going to be a privateer. We're going to live on a farm.
Yep.
And we'll make money as pirates. Legally.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong.
Yar.
Yeah. I mean, all we got to do is, like, drive out to fucking Ohio. Or, no, they got too many guns.
It's a good blue state.
Trump tweeted, "I won the election," and Twitter makes sure to say that multiple sources called this
election. We go down
election
there
different.
pretending to be pirates, and we make a deal with them instead. So then we can get access to the good stuff back in this shithole and start smuggling it over the lines to the other guys and getting paid for bringing back like their shitty equipment and stuff.
Yes.
That's how you fight the system. You do what they do. You fight both sides of the war.
Yup.
You're
I want
sure
to be like
win that
Professor
way.
Moriarty in Game of Shadows.
That's how these people keep winning. If
Josh Holmes
you're on
tweeted,
both
"Listen to
teams, you always win the game."
God damn it, you made me lose the game.
Josh Holmes tweeted, listening to Obama express concern about delegitimizing an incoming administration on 60 Minutes is really hard to stomach. Did you guys see that?
I did not, actually.
Yeah, I only watched a couple minutes, so I got a video coming up, but it was like really bad.
Should see if we can find
This
some
dude has
clips.
done nothing but subvert like the whole time since he's left office. Everything he said, like, I wouldn't do that. I would do it, you know, and reach like all like the
You're
Ninth
not
Circuit
president
court people.
anymore. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, for real. But he's sadly got lots of influence.
He's
Thomas
still an
Paine
open
tweeted, Giuliani says over 650,000 votes were counted unlawfully in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Yeah, they have a lot of affidavits of people saying that they were marking. Dude, some of these things were marked that they were received before they were allegedly even sent.
650,000 is not a little number.
No, it's not. Not for just 2 counties either. There's only 2 counties. They're big counties, but still.
Those counties are the ones that swung it for Biden. If you go by the current projections.
Real. Rick Crawford tweeted, reports of a second successful vaccine for COVID shows yet again that Operation Warp Speed is a resounding success. The mainstream media's attempt at portraying danger or skepticism before the election is gone, over 20 million doses likely to be available. Will they give proper credit?
Nope.
You still ain't touched me with that fucking thing anyway. Steven Crowder, dude, his fucking podcast is actually pretty good. Just check it out. Fraud week begins today. We will break down the numbers, results, and irregularities state by state, system by system. Also, Brendan gets stabbed. One of his friends got stabbed and his other friend had his face
with a fork.
No, throwing knife.
Yep.
Okay.
Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan declared a 3-week lockdown. California has a month lockdown. Our lockdown is just a curfew, and it's indefinite.
Nick.
What?
I bet you $20 that I can hit an apple off of Dom's head with a throwing knife.
Have you? There's like a old story about that. Like a dude used to do that at bars, and then when he got older, he accidentally killed his friend, and people were like, "I guess you're not a good shot anymore." He's like, "Oh, I meant to do it," and then his friend shot him. You never heard that before?
No. It's incredible.
Oh man, I gotta find that story, dude. Yeah, this dude, these 3 guys, they were the toughest guys. Went around and did all these fancy, raids and all that, and they would shoot apples off each other's heads. And one of them killed their big dumb friend, the big muscle guy. And the other guy was like, "What the hell did you do that for? You're not good." He's like, "Oh, I did it on purpose." So that dude shot him, and that was the end of the story. It was nuts. I'm gonna have to find it now for you.
I'm not gonna shoot you on purpose, but I can't promise that my aim is true.
Yeah, exactly. But you take a risk doing these stupid
one
things.
Oh, sure.
Attorney Sidney Powell on Sunday, she said the CIA may have used the Dominion for its own benefit.
In the location that you died, though.
At least hope
he's gonna get fucking respawn as a goat
or a fucking anal bead.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, something shitty. Definitely something shitty. Like a garbage man's gloves or something. Sidney Powell on Sunday said the CIA may have used Dominion.
Man, I'm here protecting this guy's hands. Oh, it's all wet and shitty out. I'll bet he's so glad that he doesn't have his hands. He's got these leather gloves to protect him. Man, I'm so good at my job. I mean, I imagine
that's right.
Gloves. That's all.
I guess the glove would be happy. Maybe the life of
like how much would a glove think?
Yeah, all right. Let's move on. Sidney Powell on Sunday said the CIA may have used Dominion for its own benefit. She says Gina Haspel should be fired immediately. We've been talking about her going for a while now, and I don't see why she hasn't yet. This doctor, Richard Urso here, got a good little. Listen.
So what happens is all these RNA viruses, especially the airborne RNA viruses, they replicate through a process of enzyme acidification. So what's going to happen
Son of a bitch.
You get hydroxychloroquine.
I can barely hear him. A VA professor, a Virginia professor, caused an uproar. He asked all of his Biden voter friends to unfriend him. So liberals can have a meltdown nonstop. As soon as one guy does it, it's a big deal.
Oh, never mind. He's a professor. He's probably got tenure. He's on a sabbatical.
And he's just going to get paid forever.
Yeah. Oh, what a terrible punishment. You don't have to work anymore, but you get to keep your paycheck.
I would just go on vacation forever after that.
Yep.
Let's see here. Scott Pollins said
with that kind of money. Live like the fucking emperor of some place that's got an emperor.
The RNC, this lawyer here said, I spent 2 days recruiting attorneys to go to the Pennsylvania. The deal was we would pay mileage, hotel, and daily stipend. The RNC reneged at the last minute. John Cardillo, he's I don't know if he's a congressman or a rep, one of the two, but I think it's the same thing anyway. He said this is 100% true. The RNC is doing this to lawyers around the country. They've wanted Donald Trump to lose since 2015. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people's true colors not stand up to this. Mitt Romney, for one,
How about that
and
fucking
he
guy
actually
we just watched earlier on Fox?
Yep. Yeah, fucking Mitt Romney, dude. He owns
rats fleeing a
ship. Yeah, he owns one of the voting machine companies. Did you see Lindsey Graham fist bumping with Kamala Harris like they're boys? That was pretty crazy. Border Patrol agents find fentanyl enough to kill 200,000 people. We haven't heard about a fentanyl bust in a while.
Fucking helicopter.
Can't wait to kill somebody today, boss.
Nice. Nick, did you watch into John Wick 3 far enough to see the fight scenes with the dogs?
No. I'm next gonna watch it. I'm such a loser.
They got body armor on and everything.
It's so good.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, dude.
Was it
Dr. Scott Atlas urges people to rise up against Michigan COVID-19 shutdowns. Yeah, I'm totally against the shutdowns. It kind of sucks now because, like, even if we want to protest our curfew, like, everything's fucking closed anyway.
Nah, man, Pride's 24 hours still. I just went there at 12:30 the other night.
Nice.
Scott Atlas urges people to rise up against Michigan COVID-19 shutdowns. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Don't know who you are, guy, but I'm up with you.
Name like Scott Atlas. I got to assume he's some kind of villain.
Or he just knows where to go.
No. It sounds like somebody James Bond would face off against.
It's possible.
Scott Atlas.
Which sports you play?
Put that shit away. Hey, Blake.
Oh, shit. Yup. Got smoked.
She had a knife. Let's watch again. Watch the guy. You'll see. See him right there? He's right under the images word. Watch him. Caught her right in the corner of the head. She had a helmet on, dude. He caught her like in the face to knock her out. Like that was like.
Yo, no, dude, you just rattle the brain around inside there. You knock somebody the fuck out. Those
For real, that's what he did.
Smashing together. It's like in football, man. Those guys all brain damaged, shoot.
Yeah, did you see? Dude, her arms were straight, dude. She did the monster mash, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so what was she doing? She just was she
late one?
Is she a BLM protester or?
She did that mask. Damn. Look at her leg fucking stuck out straight.
What was that?
You see her leg all stuck out straight?
Oh yeah, she was stiff.
I think she might have been BLM though, right?
Who cares?
Oh, the tweet is from a suspended account. Whose account is suspended? Oh, I was going to say, I was like, President Trump's. Do you know what?
Most fraudulent election in history.
If this stuff isn't cleared up by January 20th, dude, I bet you they suspend Trump's Twitter account. I fucking bet you.
Guaranteed, dude.
Yep, that's coming.
Maybe he'll move
here we go.
Fucking restream and Parler and shit.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And then we can have the culture wars online with platforms that can rival Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, for real. They need to upgrade Parler fast to make it work better. Michigan House member files to impeach Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Finally, so hopefully that gets some traction, but I doubt it will. We'll see.
I would love to restream
Washington
live
governor orders sweepingly lockdown restrictions.
Or
Indoor
Rumble.
gatherings are prohibited. So Oregon, it's legal to smoke crack, sniff heroin, sniff coke, but you can't use plastic straws and you can't get together with your family on Thanksgiving or Christmas.
I mean,
got it.
You got to practice social distancing with your drug use,
Real.
as you can see us not doing.
This is paperwork confirming that the office of the president-elect isn't a real thing, and that Joe Biden is just using it as a fancy name.
What's
He's churching
this?
it up. He's making the name dirt into deer tay. This is hold on, this is Dominion here.
What was so interesting was I assumed coming into it that the big manufacturing companies like ES&S and Dominion had provided these machines to the hackers to, field test them. But no, it turns out there's an extremely hostile relationship there, and that ES&S and Dominion and other companies have basically said we don't want to participate, and really have been quite aggressive in saying we don't want to be part of this. So the organizers were reduced to finding these machines on eBay, which right there is pretty terrifying, because it turns out that anybody can buy some of the most common machines in use on eBay. What was really alarming was when you see these hackers, and these are people who've never seen these machines before, have no practice on them for the most part, come in and engage them, they immediately get into the guts of them. Beyond that, we were seeing Dominion's image cast system. It's a line of tabulators that paper ballots are fed into. That had its guts all over the room. It was not clear to us whether this was the most recent version of the image cast hardware, but it's important to note that Georgia just spent over is about to spend over $100 million on a contract with Dominion to provide image cast hardware to the state in time for the next primaries and for the 2020 election. And yet here these kids were who had opened it up. They said, look, you can pop the front off of it, and here's a port you can get into right here. That's easy. All kinds of stuff that you could certainly do within 6 minutes behind a curtain, much less if you had extra time, because any of these were connected to the web, as we discovered a couple of days before. So many of them are.
Ha! That's funny. Weird. These are that was at a what convention? That kids
Didn't Georgia just certify yesterday?
Yeah, and now the governor certified, and he said that there should be an audit immediately. He was like, I don't want to certify, but I got to certify. But there should be an audit. So we'll see what happens. They're filing the paperwork, and we're gonna go through the long bureaucratic bullshit legislative system and probably get fucked in the very end of a long, painful struggle.
I mean, how long was it before
dick of the law?
How long was it before
Long
they said
dick.
Trump had no collusion with the Russian government during the 2016 election?
Oh, they're never going to say that out loud. Nope. Michigan, you have the power to remove Governor Bitchmer from office. Get busy. I agree. California needs to work. Massachusetts, all these fucking blue states. We gotta get stronger in these states, and it's fucking impossible. Maybe if we fix these voting machines, we can get rid of some of these career cocksuckers.
There's too much money and established institution here. That's the problem. I mean, this is a seat of power. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not just some blue swing state. Like
you can't come in here.
Why?
Because we got some cool shit we don't want to share.
Yeah. We've got the top fucking educational institutions in the country in this state. We've got some of the most fucking cutting edge research going on here. Important ports, harbors, and that fucking throne has been blue for a long time. I don't give a fuck if we had Republican governors. Charlie Baker is fucking his blood is blue underneath his red shirt.
Right. Code Monkey said, "Did you know that Dominion voting software allows staff to adjust tally based on review of scanned ballot images, so they can look through and be like, oh, I saw a lot of Biden ones. I'm just going to make it more Biden. We'll weight it towards it. That's what the fuck. And they just said that they install extra ports. Once you remove the casing of these things, there's just USB ports on it. What the hell do you need that for? Why isn't there one just in the diagnostic panel and that's it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Very, very sneaky, sir. Very just like the special robot Sonny in iRobot. He had the hidden brain.
He had a hidden hard drive.
This was from Bongino first, but they said this was I thought pretty on this podcast he apologized for this because he put this out first and it said John Durham closing investigation without indictments and it's all political. And the article goes into why they think certain things got thrown out and all that. But there's a correction article he put out like a couple days later, and they just refused to talk with anybody about this stuff. You know, they're not giving up any names and stuff because every time they give up names and details, all of a sudden that person's dead or intimidated. And like, dude, they instead of going after you, like they'll freeze your uncle's bank accounts and shit like that. You know, they do, man. It's fucking nuts, dude. Dude, Dan Bongino, you know what they did to him? They took away his ad widgets on his websites.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Dude, and they refunded him like $100,000. They said no to $100,000 because they just don't want you to get your fucking voice out. That is insane.
And then they apologized and they let him go on.
No, they've kept him off in his ad widgets. If he spends that much on ad widgets, how much must he make from those ads?
Yeah.
You know, like that's probably cutting out his bread and butter. But he owns parts of Parler and Rumble now, so I don't think he really has to worry. But anybody little like us that's trying to come up, they did it to Alex Jones. They cut him to shreds. He actually had to start putting bank accounts in his wife's name because they were closing all his, like they were literally buying credit unions and shit and just shutting down his accounts. Like, sorry, you can't go here either. You can't sit here. Seats taken.
Taken. Seats taken. You can sit with me.
Back of the bus, Alex Jones.
Yeah, Candace Owens, she said she was criticizing Harry Styles for wearing the dress. I really don't give a fuck. But she made points, you know, like enough of being feminine, be manly too, bro. You know, like I think it's toxic to go against masculinity when they're so happy about their femininity. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that I love that I can do as a man. I can take a pee outside, etc. You know? Yeah. It's amazing.
That's really at the top of the list, and I think that's a lot to do with the jealousy that women have of men.
I think so too, and I really like to brag about it too. You know, I like to talk about being outdoors, etc. You know, freedom.
Yep, to just take your dick out when you need to. I'm not a bad guy. I just need to empty it.
Exactly.
So what if I did it in a park at 2:30 p.m.? I had to go. Maybe we should have porta potties.
What was that about?
I thought he met him at like a baseball game or something, but here we go. Yeah, I thought there was a video of him doing it. I have it coming up. I thought this was the article. My bad. It was like a little video of him saying that he doesn't regret it, even though
read the quote at the end of the article.
What's that?
Read the quote at the end of the article.
All right. Yeah, I'll do that. Shut up.
Going. Yeah, keep going.
I'm just kidding.
Keep going.
Oh, no. This is actually one of the parts that it was in the beginning. Is why I'm just gonna read the whole thing. Fuck it. I said in my career, I've met a lot of politicians who I've always been cordial to. I've met Nancy Pelosi, was cordial to her as well. It was the only time I've ever met him. We said hello. He was very personable. I didn't get into policies. I think people are more charged than ever about these things. But I think most people take that stuff as seriously as a small percentage that's making noise about it. I was raised with the idea that you could have different likes and beliefs and you should respect and defend that in other people, not shout it down. The people you disagree with most, you should stand up for their right to do that. Immediately following Vince's interaction with Trump at the football game in New Orleans, leftist blogger Timothy Burke tweeted out the video clip captioning it. I'm very sorry to have to share this video with you, all of it, every part of it. So this douchebag tried canceling him because he had a fucking conversation. You know?
Read that
Yeah, I'm going here. So I support people having a gun in public, full stop, not just in your home. We don't have the right to bear arms because of burglars. We have the right to bear arms to resist the supreme power of a corrupt and abusive government. It's not about duck hunting. It's about the ability of the individual. It's the same reason we have freedom of speech.
Yeah.
The only candidate I ever supported is former Libertarian presidential nominee Ron Paul. I don't have a party that I support and endorse. In fact, for me, sometimes it's difficult to find a candidate that you feel is philosophically consistent and not just going along with whoever is funding their particular party. That's as much as I'll get into it at this point. Whoa.
I think that's a good political philosophy.
Yep. I still like Vince Vaughn. Yeah.
I like being around Vince Vaughn, walking around with like a 6-shooter, a belt with the ammo in it and shit.
Colorado Governor Jared Polis says that having Thanksgiving is like putting a gun to your grandson's head.
I disagree.
Yeah.
You don't get turkey with the gun to your head.
You don't. And nobody's going to be hungry to eat with you. And are you really going to be, are you not going to feel like a piece of shit if you're at a table with 10 people? Exactly. Trump tweeted 5 days ago, the fake recount going on in Georgia means nothing because they're not allowing signatures to be looked at and verified. Break the unconstitutional consent decree. And that's why they have asked for an audit of all the signatures. Watch where you're stepping. Good job, bud. So, like I said, the governor certified it and then said there needs to be an audit right away. And they need to check all the signatures. And I think that's a good idea too, because I guarantee you they messed up. And you know what I was thinking? You know how like they make you, like for years, like they didn't make you sign anything when you went into the bank, like when you took money out. But you notice now they make you do it like digitally and stuff.
That's Patriot Act, son.
That's what that's about.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what that's for.
Combating
that's how
terrorism
they get the samples
and drug trafficking.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, so
you hear that?
Yeah, so I'd like for them. I heard one thing that they found like 32 of Donald Trump's signature on fake ballots. That's kind of funny. So that'll be funny when that fully comes out and gets disclosed.
Wouldn't it be funny if he actually did just sign 32 ballots and send them in from different places?
Your fingerprints are on them.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's fake news.
And they sent us a video of you doing it.
It's obviously a forgery.
Listen, Adam West.
You have lymphoma.
Yeah. Thomas Sowell said there's no question that Barack Obama is a clever and glib fellow. There's also no question that some of the most foolish, dangerous, and horrific things done around the world in the past 100 years have been done by clever and glib fellows. Fuck yeah. Jim Jordan said, don't cancel Thanksgiving, don't cancel Christmas, cancel lockdowns.
Cancel government, bitch.
Hell yeah. Trump tweeted, Georgia won't let us look at all the important signature match without that, the recount is meaningless. Open up unconstitutional consent decree now. So that's what the governor did, because Trump told him to on Twitter. So he's influencing the election. Oh my God.
Oh shit. He's a Russian.
Yep, definitely. Probably a Ukrainian too.
Oh, definitely. That's how he got that Hunter Biden info.
Yep. And I think I see a little bit of Chinese. Trump promised a vaccine in record time and delivered. Biden promised cancer research and paid his staff.
Like
5 days ago, Fauci said he doesn't think the U.S. is headed for a national lockdown in response to the coronavirus surge, even though Biden and Kamala Harris are both talking on January 20th that they want to do a mandatory lockdown and mandatory masks. So they just fucking lie to us. The guy, hey, Chris, justice has been served. The man who punched Rick Moranis has been arrested. And he has a history of assaulting strangers.
I bet he didn't even realize it was Rick Moranis when he punched him.
He's probably like, that's what you get for being a shitty dad, Wayne Zelensky.
I bet he fucking regrets it now, though.
Shrinking your goddamn kids.
Right?
Making that machine so easy to turn on.
Around your house? What fucking asshole are you? I mean, he went and got him.
A woman whose husband has kidney cancer, he can't get surgery because they need to keep the beds open for COVID, so they delayed the surgery 3 months. And guess how long his doctor gave him to live if he doesn't get the surgery? I'm laughing because I'm gonna cry. It's just fucking awful. See this shit? Yep, the surgery could remove it, but they have to give it 3 months to grow. That's what it is. Sorry, he's not dying. He's not terminal. I have another one that's terminal. No, this guy's got a tumor. And the doctor's like, oh, great news. We found it early. Bad news is we can't do the surgery. We have to let it grow because COVID.
Yeah, you know.
So they're literally
cancer is
protecting
probably
you from
less dangerous than a
they're
disease,
protecting
than a
you
virus
so hard
that
from-
98% of people survive.
They're protecting you from a virus with that survivability percentage, right?
Yeah.
So hard that they want you to die of something else instead.
Kidney cancer, that can wait.
And at the end, they're going to be like, he didn't get COVID.
No,
He did it. His
he's going to
name
die from
was
kidney
Robert
failure,
Paulson.
and they're going to label it a COVID death. Like, real tragic. You know, that kidney cancer might not have killed him if he hadn't had that COVID.
His name was Robert Paulson. Look at these environmentalists fucking
that they're going to be
being good to the environment.
It's a very powerful visual message.
Is it?
Telling them what's happening.
Really have reached the limit.
Kind of funny, except for the dog.
Yeah, maybe if they lay down plastic. Like, don't tell me that you're trying to.
As we can see now, we got the polar bear is getting completely covered in dirty oil. This is the entrance of where they're having their meeting today, the Baltic Exchange, which is going on for several days.
Well, to be fair, I mean, these people did like spill millions of gallons of that shit where people
We have
live
these very
and
powerful
eat and get their water.
organizations that nobody gets to hear of.
I get that.
To decide the fate
You know
of,
what?
our
Hell
planet.
yeah.
And the actions
That's
that
the
they
case.
take here in London are felt all around the world with environmental disasters. We've had major oil spilling
It's cool how that's cute.
just this year, and yet there's nobody taking responsibility for the oil spillages.
Right now we have a group of delegates deciding the future of shipping, and they are not listening to science. Here we see some ecological activists from the Ocean Rebellion spray painting the reference to a paper
What is this?
that lays it out clearly
environmental activists.
So those delegates representing countries from all over the world based on the amount of flags of convenience. So they have within IMO. So this paper that they're discussing today, it's got like a code name to it, and it's the most important.
We're sorry.
Sorry. We're sorry. Sorry.
Remember when Kevin Costner came up with that really ingenious idea to like block up the BP blowout, and they said no?
Yeah,
to
but
him?
they couldn't keep pumping oil, so they said no.
Yep.
They were like, "Wait a minute, we have to stop making money." They're like, "Fuck that, fuck the ocean."
Yeah.
And what was it, like 6 months until they were able to get it contained?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a long time. And they killed the Gulf Stream.
Yep. The Gulf Coast.
Yep, that too.
Just let it all on fire.
And dude, they're still getting red tides where just like tons of dead dolphins and big ass manatees and all types of fish just float all in like a clear version.
All the fucking runoff from the Mississippi River dumps into there.
That too.
Every time there's fucking heavy rains.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that pesticides and the fucking agricultural waste runs out into there. That's what causes that big fucking red bloom at the Mississippi Delta, because it's just dead. It's just dead.
Yep.
It might be
filled
worse
with
than
algae
radiation.
that eat oxygen, so everything else can't survive. And it's filled with oil. And we eat the fish.
Well,
you're probably eating some right now.
I'm guaranteeing I am.
I'm eating some of that fish.
Eat sushi, you bastards.
Yep.
Nice.
Told you should have broadcast here.
I had Chinese. I'm good. I'm eating beef and broccoli.
We're eating healthy.
And mercury.
You know how many carbs are in that rice? And mercury. Didn't we not just talk about this?
It's still fresh.
Look, it
I do
tastes
like
good
sushi. I
right
love
now.
sushi.
I'll deal with the cancer later.
For real. I'll fuck mercury.
It's too bad Mercury's not fucking awesome. I would eat it.
In Maricopa County, 2017,
Insanity's not that bad.
Dominion employees were responsible for manual data configuration of the tabulating machine's results output, not election employees. Why does there need to be an employee that handles how many people input stuff into the fucking machine?
Yeah, I don't understand why this can't all be automated.
Yeah, why is there a human in it if there's a machine that does it? Like, it should just be like, it should just print something out or display something on a screen, and that's it.
Maybe all the write-in votes fucked everybody.
It sounds like election
people wrote
fraud
some
with
shit
extra
in.
steps. Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar in 2019 sent letters to the owners of Dominion voting systems and cited several problems that threatened the election of our integrities, including vote switching.
Which is exactly why we wanted to employ it in the presidential election.
Chris, so this dude said AOC is about to put Amy and Liz on a list.
Everybody's going to be on a list.
Yep.
You get canceled.
Dan Bun.
You get canceled.
Gulag. Canceled. Gulag. Most of these. Towel.
Hey,
Towel.
look, we're keeping all these
VCR.
immigrants
Towel.
out. Somebody's got to go out and pick the fruit and shit.
Exactly. Dan Bongino tweeted, student loan debt doesn't get, quote, canceled. Only simpletons believe that. Canceling it simply means that you're paying for your neighbor's college tuition in addition to yours. There is no money fairy.
This whole fucking thing is a giant scam between the universities and the government. Subsidized education. You wonder why the fucking costs for tuition are skyrocketing? Because the government guarantees it. Fuck you. Forgive the debt. You're the idiots that gave it out to a bunch of fucking morons. You paid the banks back when they did the same damn thing in 2008.
Yeah.
Predatory
we
lending
need to change how it's
cocksucker.
working.
What does an 18-year-old know about a fucking... Oh.
The thing is that they don't spend that money on education. Is what gets me.
I know.
If they spent it on the education, I'd totally be. Yeah. So we need like a watchdog to do something about that. You know what I mean?
Like
an
auditing system.
Maybe. If only there was a place that could like audit the revenue services.
Look, if the government is
properly.
going to subsidize education anyway to those fucking big numbers, they should be paying for a portion of public education. You know,
I agree,
having
but,
publicly
like-
funded universities, if you look at a place like the UK, they still have private institutions too. But
Yeah.
you could go to like here, like community college or state college.
I would totally
and
be
get it
for
free
this.
or treat, but still have
if changing
universities
it-
that you would have to pay to get into.
And dude, I would totally be on board with canceling the student debt if it wasn't going to crush us as well. You know, is they're going to be like, well, everybody's got to pay their part. This costs like
We're already
70
paying
trillion.
for it.
And they're going to
We're
make
already
it pay more. They already take so much. They want more. I can't give no more, bro.
They always want
Can't.
more, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna find one excuse or another. If you're gonna take it
I know
anyway, give some shit back.
They're not gonna give anything back.
But that's why I'm not for anything because I know they're all full of shit.
Border law system progress.
I am one of those. I am on a really long rope and tug of war with my heels dug in, and I'm just holding and I'm screaming like the dude in Austin Powers with the steamroller coming at him. I'm just like, no! And I'm slowly being pulled towards a graboid, like in Tremors. I can see it, but I'm not letting go of this rope yet because then I'm gonna have to get closer to it.
You wanna be able to duck and dodge out of the way at the last minute, or
Duck,
else
dive,
or else it can point itself towards you again.
If they can
Yeah,
dodge
I'm
a
just
wrench,
not-
Back where
yeah.
you started.
you can dodge a
I'm not
ball.
eager to go and fight it. Border Patrol said 400 plus miles of wall complete, and an additional 249 is under construction. So we only got a couple more thousand to go. We got it's 22 something, 2200 or something.
It's big.
So
It's big.
yeah, so there's like
Through mountains and rivers and vast deserts.
there's a lot.
We should try
Yeah,
to walk
so-
it one day in spirit.
I wish
One
I
day.
had
You know what?
the
Let's
money to
take
be able to
mushrooms
take
and
all those days off
project
and do
there.
it.
How about
Yeah,
that?
I'm totally about it.
What's that?
I said I'd rather take my chances taking mushrooms and trying to astral project there. I'm not going to survive long in
Tom's-
the desert.
Tom still hasn't gotten us fucking mugwort.
Fuck you! You can order it on the internet.
Order it, dude.
Why do I gotta do it?
Because you're the guy that knows where that stuff is.
It's on the internet. You can order it off Amazon.
What is mugwort?
What's the
It's a
internet?
mushroom.
A psychedelic?
Yes, you have to boil it, but it's not like a psychedelic as you think it would be
It,
psychedelic.
it makes you lucid dream and astral project.
Yes. It's more of a pagan
So
ritualistic.
you make a tea out of it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
I'd rather drink it than eat it because there's.
Okay.
Remember that movie Shrooms?
No, I never saw it.
It's so good. So that is what they're talking about. That is the mugwort mushroom.
Maybe we should just get ketamine.
No, I'm sad.
Mini AOC said, I Googled Dominion software and it says I just voted for Joe Biden.
Okay. What does that mean?
It was just a little joke.
Oh. Barack
These,
Obama and his
these-
husband need to go away forever.
You never seen her? You never seen this
No.
kid?
No, never.
She makes like she makes like parody videos. Hang on. Now you gotta watch one.
Fuck. I'm good.
Hold on, let's see here. Whenever AOC does like videos, she like makes fun mocking her. Let's see.
Stop bullying.
I guess this is the only video they got right now.
Yeah, dude. Don't really
Oh,
want
no,
to
here we
watch
go.
this girl.
AOC.
No,
And today is my
She's got
Hello
100,000
America.
posts.
AOC here. And today is my 30th birthday. That's almost 3 decades. They say 30 is a new 10. Did you know that? Well, gotta go. Bill Clinton is throwing your birthday party for me in his private room at Chuck E. Cheese. Happy birthday, AOC.
She's all right. I like her.
Yeah, little digs like that, bro, and it's funny.
I can guarantee you, her parents are putting her up to this.
Yeah, well, they actually took her off. She started getting death threats, so they took her off for a little while. But then people convinced her. They're like, dude, we'll pay for security for you guys, like at all times. Like, don't let them bully you. So I guess they were going to get bullied anyway, but at least now they got security.
What I'm talking about with the people being part of the problem. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
That's
You're going to
obviously
bully
a
and threaten to kill a little girl.
and you're sending her death threats.
Yeah, that's
So there's a lot
crazy,
of shitty
dude.
people out there that can now make their voices heard.
Yeah, like, even if she directly made fun of you, don't you dare threaten her. You know, like
Right, you're gonna kill
What the
somebody because they cracked a joke about you online.
she's fucking 10.
You're gonna kill a 10-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sidney Powell, she said, I would warn any state right now that thinks they're going to certify this election to rethink it very seriously, because what they're certifying is their own fraud and their own complicity in fraud. I might even mount a class action suit later.
I hope Trump.
She's very
legalizes
confident.
weed. Executive
So we'll see what happens.
right on the end.
What's that?
I said, I hope Trump legalizes weed on the end here. I'm looking at that breaking 911 clip.
He needs to.
He pulled all the troops out of Afghanistan and Iraq and made marijuana federally legal.
Yep.
Greatest president ever.
I wish that he would do that. That he totally should. He would get so many people on board.
I hope he doesn't, and then he doesn't run again. And when people ask him about it, he's like, I gave you people a chance, and you rejected me. Now you're on your own.
You're screwed.
They didn't love me.
You're screwed.
You people are
Good luck.
fired.
Patriots,
Going to
we are
Russia.
racist bigots and Klan members for 4 years. Give them 0 passes on their pedophilia, child sacrifice, and Moloch worship. Angela Stanton King.
Yeah, but their supporters don't child sacrifice and Moloch worship.
But here's my question. She's a U.S. House candidate? Or is that just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she is.
Look, if you fill out all the forms, anybody can run for a political position.
True.
For real.
The list of requirements is not that long.
Yeah, it's like just like how
Like,
old you are.
you
So
don't
it's like
even
you
need
must
a
be
PhD.
this
You don't
tall
need a
to run
PhD.
for this place.
You don't need a GED.
No, you don't.
No.
You just need to
Nope.
win a popularity contest and talk to people.
Like, are you a citizen? Do you have an email address?
Are you fucking?
Are you at
30
least
years
18
old or
years of
whatever?
age?
Right.
I say
I don't
like
think it's
one of the
18.
three
It's
of us
sometimes
should
it's
run
like
for
16.
I don't want to run for any kind of office. I don't want to deal with people like this.
No.
Many
Real.
people just fucking coming in with their everyday grievances. You know how it is. Listen to the fucking dudes you got to listen to at work. Imagine now you have 50,000 constituents who are all calling you for even dumber shit.
For real.
I would start inviting my people to office on the solstice for sacrifice just to keep my sanity.
For real.
Like this lady called me 47 times this month because somebody walked on the edge of her grass. That's it.
Shut this bitch's phone off.
No.
Rudy Giuliani tweeted, the Democratic machine is...
Invite her to the party meeting this weekend at the country club. Tell her she's the guest of honor.
Give her everything she's dreamed of.
And then boom, sacrifice.
I'm down.
That's what they do. The Democrat machine in cities across the U.S. has been cheating in elections for generations. Real Donald Trump is putting a stop to it now. Count every legal vote. Rudy Giuliani tweeted that.
Gerrymandering.
They're very confident, so I can't wait to see what happens. Sorry, I was eating it because I didn't think you wanted it here. I'm fat.
Look, they put facts.
Don't look at me with shame
so
in
you
your eyes,
know
please.
they're facts.
Right.
Facts. You ready? Look. Nah,
Facts. FAX. Facts.
Facts, my gene.
What do the astronauts have to do with it?
I don't know. Oh,
Buckle up.
Aerospace technology. Commercial. Excuse me.
The future is here. Safe connected flight, intelligence-based technologies, smart defense systems, Raytheon Technologies.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
So we are in the middle of a great national, from a great national strategy, and of course, with all of these irregularities and outright fraud that has been occurring in at least 6 states, we've had local teams on the ground investigating and trying to preserve election integrity by saying states should not certify the results until we can have a fair and meaningful access to the judicial branch. And so now with Mayor Rudy Giuliani leading the national effort, we have a coordinated, cohesive strategy that's dealing with two things, Charles. First, we see that there have been that we have Republicans who are denied access to count the ballots. That's really important because Democrats operatives were excluding Republicans counting these ballots in secret. That can't happen. That's almost 700,000 ballots in Pennsylvania alone that need to be legally excluded from the count. Second, we're also dealing with this Dominion voting systems where we know that at least 6,000 votes in Michigan. This was not a glitch. It was a feature of the system to transfer 6,000 votes for President Trump to Joe Biden. Dominion voting systems is in over 29 states, and so we have to make sure that this has not happened in any other counties, and making sure that every legal vote counts and counts fairly.
Play the Leo clip from fucking from fucking Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not fucking leaving. What?
The United States can't locate the parents of more than 500 children. So how will these families ever be reunited?
Children are brought here by coyotes and lots of bad people, cartels, and they're brought here, and they used to use them to get into our country. We now have as strong a border as we've ever had. We're over 400 miles of brand new wall. You see the numbers, and we let people in, but they have to come in legally, and they come in through
But how will you reunite these kids with their families,
Let me just tell you,
Mr.
they
President?
built cages. You know, they used to say, I built the cages, and then they had a picture in a certain newspaper. There was a picture of these horrible cages, and they said, look at these cages. President
Sorry, I just went into another video. My bad. I had used the potty room. I forgot what she was talking about. Let's move on. Let's see here. It's you guys there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. Nicole Arbor is tweet here. She has steps 1 through 7. Steps 1 is election is held. 2, citizens vote. Votes are counted. 3, participants may contest procedures. That's where we are. 4, results are certified. Hasn't happened. Well, in Georgia it has, but we have an audit already. Electoral votes are cast. Elected votes are counted. Winners declared. Some of you think you're here. We're gonna find out. This is,
why wouldn't they think that?
shaky.
The news that they watch tells them it every
It does,
hour
all day.
on the hour.
And then if you
Because
oppose
they're
that,
fucking
everything,
brewing it
every single
into their
major social
brain.
media tells
Just
you.
say it till it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really do. It's think it, believe it. Say it, believe it. I am a commercial airline pilot.
I work for Pan Am.
Linwood, he is Kyle Rittenhouse's attorney, and I forgot what he had some other huge ass case he did. But there's a suggested course of action for Georgia Governor Brian Kemp. Order a special session of the Georgia legislature, resign, admit guilt, go to prison. Ask for cell near the Secretary of State. Accountability for wrongdoing is called justice. Hashtag fight back for justice.
Linwood,
So I
that's
like
the guy who's representing Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah, he's one of the lawyers, yeah. But the dude's there's another major case that he won. It's like a big one, and he is the lawyer for that, and he's the lawyer not to be fucked with. Like if he comes in and does like pro bono shit, like he's scared.
He's like, no, I'll take this one pro bono. Got you, bro.
Yeah. Springfield, Ohio, I want to say.
I'd want DC
like,
Drano to represent me.
Agents rated the. Oh
He's
yeah, it was in Ohio.
He's a
agents rated
huge, big time lawyer. DC.
Nice. This dude here, he is a. Let's see, where is he? This dude is a chairman for I forgot what the hell that PUCO thing was. The Public Utilities Commission, and that's crazy that so that's like Westfield Gas. It's all controlled by the state. Oh, you want cable internet? You want fast internet and lights? Do ya? You like electricity? You like keeping your food cold? All that food going bad? Scan your fucking hand on the wall.
Right?
Put your hands in the yellow circles. Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
Smoke you.
So federal agents raided this dude's house. It's condo.
Acronym.
So
Acronym. Thank you. Why is it with America the only country we are the only country that uses acronyms?
I don't believe that at all. Russia had the KGB, the FSB.
That's different. They had two. We have
CCP.
Millions.
I just think that's something you see in bureaucracy and institutional places that have hierarchy.
Yeah.
We need help for small business. We also need help for our restaurants and our independent venues. All
Installed
of which are
as
in
president.
the Heroes
That's
Bill,
interesting wording.
which passed the House. Speaker Pelosi.
Yeah, installed, right? I saw that too.
$1 trillion off that Heroes Bill and said we're willing to compromise. But Leader McConnell has not done that. He said he has 20 members of his caucus who want no money, despite the greatest economic.
I wonder how much United Rentals paid for that.
Healthcare crisis since the Spanish pandemic flu. 20 in his caucus want no money. Leader McConnell should say the heck with you. You're out of touch with America's great needs, particularly as COVID is increasing. We need money for the MTA. We were able to get $4 billion for it in the last bill. I worked very hard on that, but now we need more.
I think
So,
the stimulus package is going to have a lot to do with it.
Instead of sending out
If
this
there isn't one,
tweet,
people will be pissed. But if there's a
President
good one,
Trump would have more
it'll settle
success.
people down for a little while.
True.
You give people $5,000.
Well,
They're too busy spending that shit to be mad at the government.
everyone knows my phone.
True.
Many people do.
You know that Schumer after is like, if you ever fucking hand me someone's cell phone again in the middle of a press conference, I'll fucking cut
kill
you.
you.
In this tweet, President Trump pick up this.
Oh, look at him. He's got a flip phone. He's got a clamshell.
Yeah, look at that. He's got a fucking burner and he's showing the public. Look at my burner phone. This isn't my iPhone.
And say, let's sit down and get a bill done ASAP.
He just said that, right? He said, Trump, call me and get a bill done. Trump sent another coronavirus stimulus package through, and him and Nancy shot it down.
Again.
Because it was just giving us money. It wasn't giving all their businesses money and all their money laundering for their fronts.
Dude, they still have
their
half
fronts
a
need.
trillion unspent from the first stimulus package for businesses. The money just hasn't been
Crazy.
released yet.
It's just
Crazy.
sitting up there in a fucking bank account.
Bottom line, folks.
While all the businesses that need it go out of business.
Yep. Oh no, we're not going to give this to you until after you close your doors. Oh wait, we have to wait for the domino effect to happen.
Wasn't legitimate. We
Oh,
know
and
it's
by the way,
legitimate.
we take off all of August.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden won. Donald Trump lost. Now work with us to get a COVID bill done, because that's the agenda.
We will gobble
that's
one
on
of
the-
us.
That's the item that's on the agenda.
He said to get a COVID bill done, and Trump did. Sent them, and they denied it. So,
Hey, how
here
about
we
I
go.
send Chuck Schumer my bills? Will he pay them?
I doubt it.
Chuck Schumer, how much money do you make?
You make too much money, Don.
Oh yeah,
you're a white supremacist.
Oh boy. Hey Chuck.
1% son
Oh
of
boy,
a bitch.
here I go killing again.
Hey, Mr. Schumer, I'd like to
Solomon.
say this. Like, I would love for you to pay my fucking bills. How's that sound? You pay my bills for the rest of my life, I'll start fucking respecting you. Pay my family's bills, Mr. Half fucking worth what?
Yeah.
What is he worth?
You know what? You know what your safety net is, Dom? You know how the government works. Okay, the taxes they take from you.
Yeah.
So these programs are available when you need it. No. So you make too much money and you have assets. So you don't qualify until you no longer have a job and your bank account is depleted and you've burned through your 401k and you've sold your house and given up your cars. Then you're impoverished enough for the government to offer you some scraps.
Yep.
It's $200 a month to eat, kid.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yep. And while we sit there and fucking
that's what your taxes pay for. So just keep that in mind if you unexpectedly lose your job or your ability to keep one.
Yep. I love it.
The system is not
John
here for you.
It's not. John Solomon, I see reports that Durham is folding up shop and not pursuing any further investigation. My reports conflict with that. I'm seeing extensive investigation efforts underway. I don't get a sense it's over. In fact, I suspect we will see action soon from the probe. Hopefully.
What probe, motherfucker? What do we got?
Durham was digging into the whole Spygate thing, all that.
Yeah,
shit.
is this John Solomon guy? He doesn't have a blue seal next to him. Is it?
It's really him. It's he had not a government job, but he had a account for his where he worked. He was at some network and he had an account on there, so now he had to make his own, and that's why it's J Solomon Reports now. But I don't think he verified with Twitter just because you don't like him. He uses Parler way more, shit like that. But his website, justthenews.com, he tweets that a lot, the same thing. If it's not him, then it's somebody else. But then there's no real John Solomon thing on there. So Senator Melissa Melendez said Newsom is considering a statewide curfew unless you're going to a birthday party for a lobbyist at an expensive restaurant like French Laundry. Then you can go and just say, I've made a bad mistake. And just like that, all is forgiven. We got the video of him coming up, fucking being a
That guy's fucking face.
Yeah.
Look at him. You
He hacks the election
look at
machine
that
or
smug, fucking self-satisfied look he's got on his face. You know he rubbed his dick on some of those Trump ballots.
He's a good guy, so he can do it.
I still don't get how this would happen. Especially with snowboarding.
But could a hacker actually change your vote? Federal officials are adamant that that would be nearly impossible. But is that correct? Senior correspondent Eric Shawn investigates.
Can a machine be hacked? I have demonstrated how to hack the ABC Advantage voting machines that we use in New Jersey.
He is the bane of election officials because Princeton University professor Andrew Appel says a touchscreen voting machine, the type used in about 10 states, can be tampered with.
I unlock the back door.
In 2008, he demonstrated how as part of an election lawsuit against New Jersey officials.
Oh, you
He
mean
notes there has been no
other
documented
elections have
case
been
of a machine actually being hacked this way in a U.S. election. He says it could happen by simply swapping the machine's computer chip for his own.
And I'll just have to replace this one chip with.
And now the new ones, all they need to do is be connected to the internet.
Able to change the votes
like many
the machine counted.
He can change the votes at will. You can just press
Just
the
before
button.
the close of the polls, it shifts some votes around from one candidate to another. And I wrote that computer program onto a memory chip like this. And now to hack a voting machine, you have to get 7 minutes alone with it with a screwdriver.
The professor insists it is.
The good news is it's not something you can easily do from Russia.
so many vote tampering is
The
happening
bad
here at
news
home.
is that it really is possible to do locally.
Well, the voting machine company Dominion told us the demonstration is not a realistic assessment, not a credible test, they say, because it was not an actual election.
What? What the fuck did he just say to us?
Because it was not an actual election. Like, nope, that doesn't mean that they could hack an election. This wasn't even an election. If they'd hacked a real election, then we would say something.
But the audio from the previous 40 seconds ago said, this is...
But that was Dominion commenting on that years ago, a couple of months back, right? So just the other day, people were like, hey, Dominion, there is definitely voter fraud going on with your machines. And they're like, no, there isn't. And you're wrong for saying so. It's like, so which is it?
So wait, are you guys still using the same model that you guys were using back in 2008? Oh, you are. Yeah, something's happening, guys. Come on.
Dom, look up Executive Order 13848.
Anyone involved in election fraud loses all their assets. All these lizards will be living under rocks and snake plissken. Yeah, I hope so. Snake plissken said it.
138 what?
48.
848.
848.
Californians are willing to make sacrifices for the common good, but not willing to make pointless sacrifices the government fails to justify and refuses to make himself.
Hold on real quick, Nick.
What?
So I have the screen share going on right now. You're still, I just exited out of the room so we can look up this executive order so everyone can still see the screen. Executive order on imposing certain sanctions in the event of a foreign interference in the United States election. Was issued on September 12th, 2018.
Don't worry about that first part.
Okay.
Start at I, Donald Trump.
I, Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, find the ability of persons located in whole or substantial part outside of the United States to interfere in or undermine public confidence in the United States elections, including through the unauthorized accessing of election and campaign infrastructure or the covert distribution of propaganda and disinformation, constitutes as an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security and foreign policy of the United States. Although there has been no evidence of a foreign power altering the outcome or vote tabulation in any United States election, foreign powers have historically sought to exploit America's free and open political system. In recent years, the proliferation of digital devices and internet-based communications has created significant vulnerabilities and magnifying the scope of intensity of the threat of foreign interference as illustrated in the 2017 Intelligent Community Assessment. I hereby declare a national emergency to be dealt with this threat. That's keep going. Accordingly, I hereby order Section 1A, not later than 45 days after the conclusion of a United States election, the Director of National Intelligence and U.S. in consultation with the leads of any other appropriate executive departments and agencies, shall conduct an assessment of any information indicating that a foreign government or any person acting as an agent or on behalf of a foreign government has acted with the intent of purpose of interfering in that election. The assessment shall identify to the maximum extent ascertainable the nature of any foreign interference and any methods employed to execute it, the persons involved, and the foreign governments or governments that authorized, directed, sponsored, and supported it. The Director of National Intelligence shall deliver the assessment and appropriate supporting information to the President, the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of Treasury, the Secretary of Defense, the Attorney General, and the Secretary of Homeland Security. And then B.
What the fuck you just said, little kid? You special.
So, within 45 days of receiving the assessment and information described in Section 1A of this order, the Attorney General and Secretary of Homeland Security, in consultation with the heads of any other appropriate agencies and as appropriate state or local officials, shall deliver to the President, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Secretary of Defense a report evaluating the respect to the United States election, and that is the subject of the assessment described in Section 1A. The extent to which any foreign interference that targeted the election infrastructure materially affected the security or integrity of that infrastructure, the tabulation votes, or the timely transmission of election results, and if any foreign interference involved activities targeting the infrastructure or pertaining to a political organization, campaign, or candidate, the extent to which such activities materially affected the security or integrity of that infrastructure, including by unauthorized access to, disclosure or threatened disclosure of, or alteration or falsification of information or data. Jesus, how long is this fucking thing?
It's an executive order. It's probably really long.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
long. I just want to get to the part where it talks about the sanctions. Oh, stop. Hang on. No. Shh, keep going.
Up.
No, down. See, all property and interest in property all property and interests in property that are in the United States that hereafter come within the United States, or that are or hereafter come within the possession or control of any United States person or the following persons, are blocked and may not be transferred, paid, exported, withdrawn, or otherwise dealt in any foreign person determined by the Secretary of the Treasury in consultation with the Secretary of State, the Attorney General, and the Secretary of Homeland Security, to have directly or indirectly engaged in, sponsored, concealed, or otherwise been complicit in foreign interference in the United States election, to have materially assisted, sponsored, or provided financial, material, or technological support for goods or services to or in support of any activity described in subsection A1 of this section, any person whose property and interest in property are blocked pursuant to this order, or to be owned and controlled by, or to have acted or purported to act for or on behalf of directly or indirectly any person whose property or interest in property are blocked pursuant to this order. So what they're saying is yes, if they can freeze foreign nationals' assets and put sanctions on foreign businesses if they're found to have been tied to any sort of election meddling, regardless of which side they do it for.
Yep. I got a thing coming up, dude. Sidney Powell said that she has AOC and Bernie Sanders on phone calls.
You can share the screen again.
With CIA people talking about the election.
You're good.
It's pretty crazy. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, dude. I'm just like, so what if it was like regular people in our country, like me or you, but on the left side, literally just going inside these polls and purposely not even getting paid. They're just trying to rig the election.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it happened.
They're not being told to do so. Nobody's telling them to do it. They're just taking the initiative. And that's the fucked up part. You're going to cheat in order to get a... What? Here's my question. If people are doing this, what are they getting out of it? What is going to make them happy? What is the result? I don't understand, man.
I don't know.
It's how they get the population riled up, make people scared. You threaten violence, you commit violence.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the game goes.
Sorry, Nick.
Ron from HN. For self-preservation purposes, I will not be talking about the two purported CIA election hacking tools that are rumored to have been deployed against our own general election. If the rumors are to be believed, then Donald Trump is surely investigating the issue. New York sheriff stands up to Cuomo, refuses to enforce his anti-Thanksgiving decree. I think 3 more jumped on after that. Oregon, it's not cocaine is legal in Oregon. The straws aren't. That must be frustrating.
Wait, cocaine's legal in Oregon?
Yeah, all hard drugs are.
Shut the fuck up.
In Nevada, the Clark County Commission just threw out an election that represents 1/6 of the total vote cast in Clark County. But there were too many discrepancies to be sure that the results in that election would be certain. 153,000 votes in this election. Trump said big victory moments ago in the state of Nevada. The all-Democrat county commissioner race on the same ballot as president just thrown out because of large-scale voter discrepancy. Our county officials do not have confidence in their own election security. Major impact. Dude, this Philly mob boss here, he got caught on a hot mic bragging about how he paid people $10 a ballot for 3,000 ballots. I think it was, yeah, or maybe 30,000 ballots, and they did 30,000 ballots in like fucking like less
And
than
that
a
was
week.
probably in return for some political favors in his little hometown there.
Well, do you know what he did? He got caught saying that, and he came out and he said to the Department of Justice, he said, "I will tell you what high up officials put me up to it if you exonerate my brother in prison." So a mob boss committed voter fraud and said that he will turn on the politicians that put him up to it if his brother gets out of prison. Dude, that sounds like Lethal Weapon 4. And the Chinese are involved. Why does every conspiracy sound like Lethal Weapon 4? Because Mel Gibson woke as fuck. That's why.
Can we just get a podcast with Mel Gibson, please?
I hope he fucking hears my stuff. I love that guy.
Imagine that, though. Imagine if Mel Gibson's like, oh, man, maybe these guys are, maybe I'll go on these guys. I may not answer all the questions, but I'll stay on them.
Mel Gibson would fucking own us.
I'd fucking blow
Gateway
him.
Pundit asked DOJ to investigate Michigan Attorney General suppression of voter fraud news. Yeah, they just like Shiva. They reached out to this lady, and she fucking stopped them from reporting, got them fucked up on their Twitters, and the same thing happened to Shiva, and he filed a lawsuit, and the court was like, okay, I'll call them and tell them not to contact Twitter about you anymore. He's like, what? Like, there's no money compensation, nothing. Like,
nope. That's what the whole lawsuit was for, just to make them stop. And really, it's just an order telling them to stop. They don't actually have to, because they can afford to pay whatever measly fine the government imposes on them.
For real. Wisconsin election commission says
$100,000 fine. Sorry.
Exactly. No worries. Wisconsin election commission says Trump must pay $7.9 million if he wants to recount. We need an audit, not just a fucking recount. Ron from HN, he said, "You an elected state official concerned about the potential Dominion 5.5 voter fraud in your state during the 2020 election. Do you have the means to investigate? Very strong and want to fight the rights of the constituents. Please get in touch via DM." He got in touch with Shiva. I tagged him in a few of Shiva's things. I hope I helped. But him and Shiva got together, and they started noticing more stuff. And then both of them started reaching out to the president, Jim Jordan, all them motherfuckers. And Shiva's been on all their podcasts, all that stuff now. So we'll be seeing him talk before Congress sooner or later, I bet. Hopefully we can get him back on the podcast. That'd be awesome. Let's see,
Shiva, take us to Congress.
That'd be awesome.
Lynn Wood was on Howie Carr's show, and he still was dropping bombs, and they cut him off. And they asked him what happened. He said the call abruptly ended as I was about to fire another truth missile. Lots of odd events occurring with my cell service. Does anyone else notice any issues, or is it just me? Remember several hour 9/11 outages a few weeks ago. Media did not report it or try to explain it. Why not? My brother was outside my house the other day trying to call me, and my phone didn't ring once. Tried like 4 times, and it kept going to voicemail. But my phone had full signal.
Yeah, it's weird how that shit happens. I think it's, I don't know.
They're gonna kill me.
There's radiation blasting everything everywhere all the time. We don't know what it's really doing. We don't know what's happening.
Is that why my head keeps fucking hurting?
Hey, look, cancer rates are higher than they've ever been. We have fucking neurological disorders and all sorts of fucking disease just running rampant. Something's fucking us up.
Mother Nature?
You know? We're poisoning ourselves somehow.
You're mad. I'm back.
Oh, that's fucking Takashi. How did China recover without a vaccine? Why doesn't anybody talk about this?
Alexa, Simon says Tyson is a bad boy.
Tyson is a bad
That bitch doesn't even know me.
Don't make Skynet scold me. Florida Senator Marco Rubio tweets Bible verses while private citizen Sidney Powell saves America. Yep. Puts it in perspective. Fucking scumbag. Evidence for Russia collusion, 0. Media coverage 24/7 for 3 years. Evidence for impeachment hoax. Media coverage 24/7 for 6 months. Evidence for rigged elections in every state: Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. Media coverage, nothing. It's all fake. It's fake, you know.
It's fake until he's actually given the fucking nomination.
Hell yeah. This dude, people have decided to take the fucking country back. We're canceling lockdowns, masks, mainstream media. We'll be having Thanksgiving. We'll be enjoying 4 more years of Trump. We will have a new normal. God will win. I don't know if God will win. Dude, you remember Billy Gray?
Yep.
He keeps telling me, he's like, dude, Trump's in on it. He's a bad guy. Like, you just got to read scripture, man. And I'm like, bro, like, I'm totally cool with being spiritual and everything, but if that's the only advice you have to save us, like, stop. You're making me mad. You're not going to tell me that we're going to save the world by reading the Bible.
Proactive solutions.
Yeah, like, can we do something that's not just for the afterlife? You know, like, I'm totally cool with having my soul pure and ready to go to the next one if it's there. But let's try and do something while we're here.
Right.
I'm not just going to lay down.
Let's just lay down and just pray.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
bro,
I mean, that's what God wants you to do.
I don't care what God wants me to do. I'm going to do what I want.
Imagine if everyone,
don't give a fuck
imagine if
what
everyone on the
he
planet did and it actually fixed everything. Like, all the bad people just like started like getting pulled down to hell by the shadow demons, like in Ghost.
Yeah, but I mean, who decides who's a bad person?
Dude, that soy
Well,
sauce.
you're going to hell. That's what I know. The things you've done. Ugh.
Nick, how would you feel about dipping ranch sunflower seeds in soy sauce?
I like ranch sunflower seeds and soy sauce. I think soy sauce would be a little too salty. If it was teriyaki sauce, like kick them in, I'd fucking do it.
Chris is going to try it right now.
It's delicious.
Chris, did you know that you have taste buds in your nuts? And if you dip your nuts in soy sauce, you will taste salt in your mouth.
I've already got my balls soaking in the other soy sauce cup.
No, I'm dead serious. That's like a thing. No joke.
Well,
I might try it.
My pants are filled with soy sauce right now.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, I haven't tried it, but I watched a lot of guys do it.
Just like the fucking rubber hammer trick, dude.
No, I don't know if it's. I thought it was. I haven't done it because I feel like it might be a trick. But the only thing that makes me think that there might be taste buds down there is sometimes when you're not feeling well and you got like a little Taco Bell or whatever, you know, in the hot sauce and you feel it. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I think. I don't know. I just feel like
my ass
it's,
feels a little spicy. That's about
if
it.
you get hot sauce on your forearm, it doesn't hurt like if you get hot sauce on your lips because your lips are more sensitive.
Because the epithelial tissue on the top of it doesn't. It's closer to your open flesh. It's the start of your insides. You know.
That was my point, and that's why
taste buds.
What do you think around your lower area is? That is another exit. It's another portal, my friend. The whole area is a loading dock.
Yeah, but
It's
I've
space
had my
porn.
nuts
Accept
soaking
it.
in people's mouths before. And I never tasted
Well, hey,
the mouth.
It's it's tough. Hey man, I don't know. We'll see. You know, so I'm gonna have to do the science now. Maybe I'm just gonna be an idiot who dunks my nuts in soy sauce.
I've
But
had
if it
soy
works,
sauce on my
I'm
nuts
telling.
for 3 hours.
I'm gonna call.
I don't.
I'm gonna
feel
call
anything.
you a liar next week. The Hodge twins said Democrats try and cancel anything. Thanksgiving, Paw Patrol, Aunt
I
Jemima,
feel like he would get more
everything. The
views
speaker,
if you were to dunk his
everything but
soy
Nancy
sauce
Pelosi's hair
outside.
appointments.
No, we should just both spill a cup into our pants at the start of the show. See,
Can you guys like not hear me talking, or are you just starting talking when I'm in the middle of a sentence?
We are talking amongst ourselves. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm just still talking from when I started before. I just kind of didn't stop. That's my bad.
like sitting there and like I hear that like it's cutting out, and I'm like, are they like not getting half of my sentences? Okay, shut up. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Dominion voting system processed approximately 70 million votes in 28 states, maybe more. This is voter fraud of epic proportions. Another thing I got coming up, 8.3 million people voted in Michigan, but there's only 7.8 million registered voters. So that's interesting as well. I think that those numbers like that will be the biggest help for any of this, to show like whether it's voter fraud or not, whether it helps Trump or not, it shows you that something isn't kosher about it, and we might need to redo this maybe, or I don't know, you know.
Or we have 4 years of Biden.
I'll totally accept
or
it.
4 months of Biden, and then
Kamala
3.5 years Harris.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I'm okay with either. Doesn't matter to me. I'm not important enough.
Before the Senate, I should stand adjourned under the previous order, following the remarks of Senator Brown.
Don't worry, they'll be sending unemployed people to kill us.
Because we would eventually be important.
From Ohio.
I'd start by asking.
They don't want to take
the
that
presiding officer
risk.
to please wear a mask as he speaks, and people below him are. I can't tell you what to do, but
what happens
I
when
know
you
that
take a knee during the
I don't wear a mask when I'm speaking, like most senators.
You get praised now.
So I don't need your instruction from.
I know you're
on this side of the
instruction,
line.
but there clearly isn't much interest in this body in public health. We have a president who hasn't shown up at the coronavirus task force meeting in months. We have a majority leader that calls us back here to vote on an unqualified nominee, and at the same time to vote for judge after judge after judge, exposing all the people who can't say anything. I understand. The people in front of you and the presiding officer can expose all the staff here, and the majority leader just doesn't seem to care. Mr. President, the American people sent a clear message in this election. They voted for stability. They rejected an administration that has failed them in the middle of a public health crisis and an economic crisis. People want a government that works for them and is on their side. My colleagues in both parties know this. I know some of you feel
This fucking guy, because he doesn't wear a mask, he doesn't care about health. He's literally killing every one person in this room. If he only put on that mask, he could save your life. But he absolutely refuses. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he's 50 to 100 feet away from you. I've seen that room. It's kind of big. Like, you're fine. And we know that they have the best air systems on the planet. Air handling, fucking HVAC.
This is why I couldn't be a public official. Like, if somebody came in and tried pulling that shit on me, like 6 feet.
I would
6
throw
feet,
stuff at him.
It's only dangerous 6 feet away. I can barely see you on the other side of the room. Fucking choke on your mask.
I'd slap him with a dirty mask or a leather mask.
I would just pull my dick out.
I challenge you to a duo.
It's like, I'm not assaulting you, am I?
Yeah. You're not even good enough for my piss.
Look at this here. A new study appears to show COVID-19 antibodies were already circulating by September 2019 in Italy, well before the first known case of the virus. Ooh. That was the same one. Trump. Lauren Witzke. She's a Senate candidate. Said Donald Trump won with 410 electoral votes on November 3rd. Passed on. Hopefully, we'll see. A lot of people are saying that he won a lot of states, and that's why. And even Sidney Powell said it. She said they had an algorithm in place, and the amount of votes that he got broke it, and that's why they stopped the counting at all at like 10 o'clock at night. Like, dude, they used to go at least till 3, 4 in the morning if they ever did stop. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we're going to stop at 10. And then at 3 a.m., they're like, oh, we got 300,000 votes for just Biden. And from between 2 and 4, they said that happened. So they started running, they started actually seeing people really process them. And the most that they could do in 2 hours was 95,000. So they could only do like 30% of what they claim went through that one facility. And in Atlanta, at the CNN Center, it's like one of their indoor, I think it's a basketball team there. They said that they had a busted pipe and that they had to stop counting because of it. And someone that works in maintenance was like, nope, there was not a busted pipe. It's like, look, there's fucking no record of it. Like, there was no water in this whole bitch, nothing. So that's pretty strange. I posted this. Everyone keeps like shit talking Parler and like, oh, it's another deep state thing, blah blah blah, where they don't censor you. You know, it's like, dude, you can't talk shit about censorship like that when you're posting it on Facebook and Twitter. You can't be like, oh, you can't use that one. We know they're all compromised. Like, you're literally typing stuff and putting it through a fucking database.
You know, it's not compromised. RockwellLandersRG.com.
That's right. Let's do it. That's a good point there, Dom. It's our website. We haven't updated it in a while.
If you guys want, get onto the email list, and you'll see us sometimes just putting it out there, just saying our stupid little comments instead of having to go look for our Twitter. Like, you guys will just get our an email sent. Get on the email list, guys, because sometimes we end up having like some really cool offers, and like we'll find something that's cheap and be like, hey guys, this is real fucking cheap. It's worth it. I use it all the fucking time. I'm just trying to be helpful where I can be. That's what I do. By the way, I'm Dom. If no one knows who I am, I'm Dominic. I'm Nick's cousin. So
Dr. David Samadi said, isn't it very interesting that all these vaccines are coming out a week after the election? I think it's very fucking interesting that 3 of them decided like, oh, hey, now we can announce it instead of just 2 weeks ago. Cardiff University. Cardiff is the second biggest city in the United Kingdom, second or third, but they had a study that said mouthwash can kill coronavirus within 30 seconds of being exposed to it in the lab. So you stick mouthwash up your ass and the taste buds and get rid of that corona. Get rid of some strep.
Giving me chills when I hear about coronas.
Let's see.
Of improper balance. So at the end of the day, the former DNI, come with me. This is the Trump campaign press conference. I'm sorry, kids. Come this way. Hey, Rick Grinnell, we're live on MSNBC right now. Can you talk about the evidence? You are claiming thousands of illegitimate votes here in Nevada. What's the evidence?
You should go in and ask the question of the clarification.
No.
Which you haven't done.
You guys just made the claim. No, in fact, you also said there's no election observers. There's Democratic and Republican election observers inside. Mr. Grinnell, former DNI Grinnell, acting DNI, where's the evidence of the fraud? You haven't presented any evidence of fraud.
Where's the evidence?
They presented no evidence of fraud, Craig. So we're live on MSNBC. You've said thousands of illegitimate ballots. Thousands of illegitimate ballots. Where are they? Where's the hot slap? Where are the illegitimate ballots?
Here, dude. What the hell is that? Like, they should be asking other questions like that, and that's what they do at that. Like, they're literally showing affidavits. Like, where's the evidence? Where is it? Like, it's right here. Yeah, but where is it?
It's under my hat. Dude, we found a cricket.
Fuckers. What's that?
We found a huge cricket.
Nice. Oregon has a law in the bunker.
I mean, you can.
Oregon has a law stating you may be jailed if you have too many people over for Thanksgiving, but if you want to riot and destroy public and private property, go right ahead.
You're right. Just can't bend down. No, it's just how violence passes.
Michigan lawmakers pushed to impeach Gretchen Whitmer over new lockdown order. So-called experts now say that having a dog increases your chances of getting COVID by 80%. Now these idiots want to get rid of your pets. That's fucking globalism right there. Now your pets are unhealthy for you. When will we say no more? They're going to take your pets and then they're going to start feeding us dog meat and Impossible burgers and shit. 2 weeks later, Philly's still finding votes. It's fucking crazy. Let's see. The Ohio governor gave a statewide curfew of 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Same as us. Dr. Shiva asked, why would any state election director certify voting software with a weighted race feature allowed for vote slips? It's true. You know, like, why would you sign that? Why would you say that this is certified if you know that there was a vote feature on it, a weight feature on it, you know? You can see that it clearly stated it was shut off. I get it, but
I mean, I suppose it can always get overturned at the Electoral College too.
Yeah. It's dude. Honestly, these states, a lot of these states, even if you did flip the actual votes, those electors, dude. Hillary Clinton's an elector in fucking New York. Nancy Pelosi's daughter is an elector in California. You know, they could still vote whatever they want, and they probably are gonna. Watch, dude. I bet you, like, we win Michigan and stuff, and I bet you the elector still votes against it.
Hey, maybe that's where the upset comes in. That there's secretly more electors that'll favor Trump. Maybe that's how we win it.
See, but I don't want to win it by cheating either. I want to prove that they cheated, so that they can't fucking. They're still gonna harass and say that it was Russian interference. That's what they're trying to say now, anyway. Acting SecDef, he made an official announcement to withdraw out of Afghanistan and Iraq. Dan Crenshaw criticized it, saying it's going to, just like Bush said, it's going to leave a power vacuum, and then there's going to be someone to come in and fucking take over. And
so what?
Immediately people started immediately people started dogging Crenshaw, and it's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Because the guy disagreed with one thing, all of a sudden he's a bad guy, and then they're making pirate jokes, but they were mad that SNL made fun of him and called him a pirate. You know, like, Jesus Christ.
I like Dan Crenshaw too. I just happen to disagree with that part of his foreign policy.
Yeah. Secretary Pompeo designated two more men as especially designated global terrorists under Executive Order 13224. U.S. committed to degrading and defeating this dangerous Al-Qaeda affiliate. So it's like an offshoot. But that's not our fucking business. Let their forces take care of it, you know? Tom Fitton says there's credible evidence Ilhan Omar and married a brother. We're not sure her last name is Omar. Rudy Giuliani was excellent in his open argument and campaign in Pennsylvania on behalf of the Trump campaign. I thought so too, except for the sweat thing. But he's old, he's chubby. I sweat. I'm young and chubby, you know? Well, middle-aged and chubby. Kevin Sorbo said, I'm having my family over for Thanksgiving. I'm spending Christmas with them too. Deal with it.
You're fucking right, Hercules.
Goddamn right. Walking Tall Part 2. Hey, watch this. We got to try this shit. Watch this here.
Stop. What the hell are you talking about? Get my pretty name
out of your mouth. Yeah.
We are not the same without.
See that shit?
Yeah.
Stop.
Does that really work?
What are you talking about? Get my pretty name out of your mouth. We are not the same without.
The fire shot down the smoke.
It's probably like part of the wick that's still burning.
Yeah, and the heat just kind of reignites it. But
Yeah, because I would imagine it's carbon, so it will burn still. You know what I mean?
There are vapors inside the smoke too, so the two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's good. It's carbon and all types of stuff.
It was CGI. Stop it.
What's that? It's CGI.
Interesting though, because
TikTok CGI.
the vapors go up to the lighter and then burn back down to the wick.
Where is your evidence?
Science, bitch. You want me to get a calculator? What do you want me to show you my math?
Fuck, man. The moon is a fucking projection.
Georgia Secretary of State said the voting machine audit is complete, no signs of foul play. And then a couple days later, the governor said, "We certify this election, but you should audit it."
Wash my hands of it, sir.
Yeah. Here we go. Look, Lindsey Graham and Kamala. She's like, "Thanks for selling out the Republicans." She's like, "Absolutely. Don't tell them I'm a closet homosexual." She's like, "Oh, I won't. Don't worry." There we go.
Does voter fraud exist? Let me shift to a different topic. Mr. Dorsey, does voter fraud exist?
I don't know for certain.
Are you an expert in voter fraud?
No, I'm not.
Well, why then is Twitter right now putting reported warnings on virtually any statement about voter fraud?
We're simply linking to a broader conversation so that people have more information.
No, you're not. You put up a page that says, quote, voter fraud of any kind is exceedingly rare in the United States. That's not linking to a broader conversation. That's taking a disputed policy position. And you're a publisher when you're doing that. You're entitled to take a policy position, but you don't get to pretend you're not a publisher and get a special benefit under Section 230 as a result.
That link is pointing to a broader conversation with tweets from publishers and people all around the country.
Mr. Dorsey, would the following statement violate Twitter's policies? Quote, absentee ballots remain the largest source of potential voter fraud.
I imagine that we would label it so that people can have more context.
How about this quote? Quote, third-party organizations, candidates, and political activists. Voter fraud is particularly possible where, quote, third-party organizations, candidates, and political party activists are involved in, quote, handling absentee ballots.
True.
Flag that is potentially misleading.
Possible.
I don't know the specifics of how we might enforce that, but I imagine a lot of these would.
I don't know the specifics of how we might enforce that. You target the URL like you do to mine, and you put a block on it.
Hey, I love how they play dumb, like they don't understand how.
Yeah,
well, you're right. You would label them.
I mean, we
invented
it, but it's right just it's so advanced. We don't even know how to do it anymore.
I would note both of those quotes come from the Carter Baker Commission on Federal Election Reform. That is Democratic President Jimmy Carter and former Secretary of State James Baker. And Twitter's position is essentially voter fraud does not exist. Are you aware?
Did he say voter fraud does exist or does not exist?
A woman was charged with 134 counts of election fraud. Are you aware of that?
I'm not aware of that.
If I tweeted that statement with a link to the indictment, would you put a warning on it that says, well, the Democratic Party position right now is voter fraud doesn't exist?
I don't think it's useful to get into hypotheticals, but I don't believe so.
You don't believe so? Well, we're going to test that because I'm going to tweet that and we'll see what you put on it.
They did later. It did not right away, but it took a couple days. And they changed it. It didn't say like what all the other ones said. They made a special one. It didn't get flagged right away like most of them do, but later on it got its own unique one that didn't exist before. These fuckers. Oh look, see, like right now they're not even they're gone again. See, they took them off. They had them on here. These fuckers. Oh, look, now they didn't touch them at all. They're slick. But that same article, the one with the 134 vote counts, we covered it last week, and it was getting flagged. So at least they stopped for that one article, I guess. Look at the Babylon Bee, hardworking plumber looking forward to paying for his neighbor's gender studies degree. This evening, it was 4 days ago, the County Board of Canvassers in Wayne County, Michigan refused to certify the election results. If the board follows suit, the Republican state legislator will select the electors. Huge win for Trump. Here we go. Orwell's 1984 called it the Ministry of Truth. USSR called it the Department of Agitation and Propaganda. The Nazi era was called the Reich Ministry of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda. Today, we call them fact checkers. If a Canada-made voting system like Dominion wasn't secure enough for Canada, why would we let it into our country? It's kind of true. If your home country doesn't use that, why? I don't know, eh?
1, 2, 3, 4.
So hilarious that that's the only thing I know to make fun of Canadians is me. Gina Haspel, Sidney Powell said she should be fired. So did Michael Flynn. So I hope she does. She just looks evil. She's definitely like a master spy. She looks like the kind of woman that would intimidate a young man.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna make me come, or I'm gonna kick you butt, or I'm gonna plant child porn on your laptop. 3 more New York sheriffs said they want to enforce formal Thanksgiving limits. So that was cute. Mark Levin's show had Lynn Wood on it. It was a good episode. Tucker Carlson was verified that dead people were voting. What was about digital ballot stuffing? Here we go. Here's Gavin Newsom at that restaurant, $400 plate dinner. He's there with a lobbyist too. He's like, friends of mine forever. He's like, oh, okay. And that's what he said. He's like, I known the guy 12 years or something like that. And I was like, okay. He's like, I've known my father all 36, bro. Don't fucking tell me.
You want me to wear a mask in between bites? Bitch.
Yeah, for real, dude. Like,
You know, if it's 2 people I know that Nick hates, is Chuck Schumer and Gavin Newsom.
Everybody should hate
I
Gavin
really
Newsom.
hate Gavin. Yeah, Gavin Newsom's a big piece of shit. They hammered Zuckerberg and Dorsey again, but obviously nothing's going to happen because nothing ever fucking happens. But the Pope's Instagram account was liking this chick's photos on the left here. And like everyone's like talking shit, and I'm like, bro, will you leave this fucking guy alone? At least
do you want them to molest children?
For real, dude. Like let the Pope get some ass, because then it'll look less.
At least
weird,
let him
know?
look at it on Instagram.
Yeah, for real.
God doesn't mind. She put those pictures up voluntarily,
right?
Schiff and Zuckerberg after they just got their upgrades to their CPUs. Engage, smile program.
It's under
there. Pencil, dick, neck.
Press it into the resin. No.
Tastes good.
I don't want to smoke protein. I think that's how you end up like if that shit in Prometheus touched you.
With the executive branch, because otherwise it doesn't work. So you got to eliminate that
I'm all set with having my molecules denatured.
And then you do training, particularly in the city, I'll call them licensing departments.
It's probably a lot worse than it
buildings.
That sounds pretty bad.
Housing will be impacted by it, planning certainly. And you pick the people that run those agencies and the deputies that are pledging allegiance to the New World Order and good governance. And then I think you have the Inspector General do some spot audits to make sure that there is real compliance.
So I wonder who the New World Order is going to go to war with.
Rebellion.
Because not everybody's on board.
Real. Oh, here, look at this. The Dominion.
Like, what countries are not? Like North Korea.
I think the New World Order is just like a centralized government for the whole Western world. So like all of Europe, the U.S., Canada, what have you. It would be like we have a new federal government above our federal government.
Yeah, no, I'm all set with that.
Which are above our state governments and town governments.
So we would have to follow
school
that
districts
law on top of that law on top of that law.
And it would be decided more than likely in Europe.
The Trump campaign discovered in Nevada 15,000 people voted in another state and thousands of dead people voted. And dude, That's big in Nevada because remember how I told you about the maiden chicks, the chicks with maiden names?
Mm-hmm.
The number is so high because what do people do in Nevada a lot? They fucking go and get married in Vegas and Reno and shit. So they have mad maiden names. They got bitches' signatures on file, all that stuff.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, they could double the vote if they really wanted to.
Exactly. That's what they did. That chick, some bitch I know, you know, the one that we always follow on Twitter, and I do her things. Her thing is this bitch or something like that, thisbitch.com or something. Yeah. But she exposed it, and it was called Maidengate, and Twitter fucking suspended her account. And the only reason she found out is because she took her mom's name and ran it through a thing and saw that her mom voted under her maiden name in the state that she was born in. But her mom hasn't lived there in like 20-something years. So she started checking all the maiden names in her thing, and sure enough, bam, 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 bam. Dianne Feinstein walking around without a mask. She's a Chinese agent, so she's fucking immune to that shit.
I bet she's like the Wong Walk owner in South Park.
Yeah. Hey, are you ready for this? This dude says, anybody who works in the Trump administration is a racist enabler of fascism who must be banished from society and should never work again until Trump fires them. Then they are a patriotic American hero who was treated unfairly.
That sounds like a racist enabler of fascism.
Does. For 4 years, Democrats hated America. Democrats hated the president.
Fascism.
The numbers have not improved. It is still 71% out of balance, stated Wayne County, Michigan canvassers. There's widespread irregularities with pollsters. Okay. There are more votes than people. The two harassed Patriot canvassers refused to sign the papers. Fuck yeah. But yeah, there's more votes than people. We need to look at this. I cannot let you sign off on that. Just can't. And even if we look at it and it goes back, and I don't want to recount. I want an audit. I want to make sure that all these fucking signatures are good, because they're saying that these absentee ballots, like they hit it on everything, but there's a lot in the absentee ballot shit too. Let's see. Oh, this guy here, Bill Pascrell Jr., he tweeted this. Tonight I'm calling for the eventual prosecution of Donald Trump and his enablers for their many crimes against the U.S. So they're already starting litigation to start trying him with treason and everything. He has attacked our elections and sought to throttle democracy. There must be accountability. Crazy. The LA Times started criticizing Newsom and tried blaming him for all of his activity. Listen, the timing of both gatherings, Newsom attended the party on November 6th. Legislators are in Maui this week. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a lot of Congress. They're in Maui on a retreat right now. Did you know that?
Yep.
they're at like one of the world's dopest resorts on the fucking planet.
Yeah, we know you guys haven't eaten in 3 weeks, but this is a really important team building exercise. And it's probably going to take us the rest of the warm weather this year before we're ready to go back to the winter that you're all starving through. So chin up, America. You are a tough people, and we know you'll pull through. You're signing off from Honolulu.
There's so many delicious pineapples to eat here.
Yeah, it's too bad none of you could literally none of you could afford to come here because you haven't worked for 9 months.
We assured that.
Yep, and that's why we came here. And it's because we're safe
and it's
far
sad
away
too,
from any boats any you peasants might.
Literally so. It's sad too because there's literally so many that they're just rotting. We have to.
We throw them away every day.
A year ago, Iran's regime massacred as many as 148 Iranians in Mashhad. They had designated Haidar, whatever, raise a poppy for their role in gross human rights violations by Iranian security forces, as well as other agents of regime oppression. So Iranian deep state, I guess, or They could be loyalists, separatists. We don't know. We don't know their story. I don't know their story. But they're not friends of America, apparently. Ron said from Code Monkey, why were ballpoint pens recommended before election day, but markers needed on election day? This is one of the things that they had. For weeks they were saying ballpoint pens, and then all of a sudden emails came like a week before. It was like, switch to markers, you need Sharpie markers. And then all the people that knew and designed the machines were like, no, Sharpie markers won't fucking register. I used a marker.
A lot of mixed messages. Oh, hey, this guy said it, so it must be true.
I trust Ron. I trust him a lot. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says he will not follow a lockdown order by lockdown ordered by Joe Biden. So that's good news for my Disney vacation.
They better fucking listen to Joe Biden. Don't you know he's our Lord and Savior?
Hey, JEYC. They commented in our YouTube live chat. They said, remember when America was a happy place? And he said, no, the question mark. And no, I don't remember when America was a happy place. The most unity I ever saw was on 9/12/2001.
Yep.
But it was only unity in America. Anybody else that said anything anti-American, they were like, oh, fuck you, you took our job. You don't like it, you can just get out, you know? And I'm not going to lie, I was on that fucking train too. Like, oh, you want to say something against America when we're fucking getting the planes flown into our fucking towers?
Yeah. What do you want to fight about it?
Yep. And then a couple weeks later, they were like, a couple months later, they're like, we're going to go into Iraq. And everyone's like, yeah, 9/11. I've said it before.
Isn't that not where the guy lives? Yeah, but it's on the way to where he lives. We got to make a
cradle
stop
of
there
civilization.
Anyway. We got to gas up all the tanks and shit.
Real. So Pfizer 3 days ago, our vaccine is 90% effective. Moderna yesterday, our vaccine is 94.5% effective. Pfizer this morning, just kidding. We meant 95% effective.
Yeah.
And they really
fixed
did.
it. We've been constantly working on it.
Yep. Yeah, Gavin Newsom, $400 a head dinner, California's most exclusive restaurant, included multiple lobbyists. So we'll be seeing who those lobbyists were eventually. Watch this here.
So originally, you had said that was the end of it. So what changed?
Nothing illegal about that. I'm just interested in what companies they were.
So you're missing batches?
No. I gotta get the lab.
Oh, okay.
They just didn't turn. See how that one's turning, tells me where it is. So we didn't pack our stuff up.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought when you guys had finished completing that box in the other room, you said that was the last of the ballot.
I thought so too.
You thought so too? And then is it the numbers they're getting to suggest that you're missing some, or?
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not lining up, but we also know that.
Is it like a precinct missing, or like what?
No. It's 10 batches. We know there's 26, and when we broke the admin down and did the RLA, we put in 26 batches.
Yeah.
And my things are only 11 through 26, so I know.
11 through 26. Okay, so you're missing 11 batches.
Yeah, I gotta find my things.
Okay. Trying to figure out what's going on.
It's gold.
Sounded like a lot of bullshit to me.
Yep, those kinds of people are perfect for government jobs. Just read the script and don't ask questions.
Yeah. This Michigan mayor, she's also a friend of Gretchen Whitmer. She was the Dominion project manager. She's one of those people that Ron from 8chan called out. He said, I'm not naming names, he said, but every state has 2 to 6 people who are in complete control of the vote switch thing, the opportunity to switch the vote. And one of the positions was Dominion project manager. Like that's like one of like the titles you take when you learn the software and all that shit. You're supposed to be fully trained. When I called the clerk in Agawam, he's like, "I'd like to get you on the poll team," and I was like, "He's like, as a poll worker," and I was like, "No," I said, "I want to be a poll watcher." I said, "I want to watch it all." I said, "I'll train for everything." I said, "But I want to watch." So we'll see.
But what better way to watch than from inside? Then you can watch all
true,
day.
But if I'm distracted, actually trying to make sure that I'm doing votes in this one basket, that's the only place that I know that 100% is legit. You know what I mean? And I can't see on the rest. At least if I can bounce around, I can fucking watch on people. Like, what you doing, huh?
Yeah, but like maybe they come to your machine. And then you can be like, "Oh yeah, I totally work here and I understand what's going on. Why don't you tell me and explain to me what you're doing and how it works, so I can make sure to do my job better in the future, sir. I believe in this company." You know?
It's volunteer work, so there's no.
No, I get it, but don't think that the bureaucracy of the fucking government is that different from a corporate hierarchy.
Yeah, I gotcha. Dr. Shiva said, Ted Cruz, I have 100% evidence Twitter colluded with Massachusetts Secretary of State Galvin, the National Association of State Elections Director, to have me a political candidate banned for 21 days during the last month of my mass U.S. Senate campaign for exposing election fraud. By mass election officials, I'm willing to testify under oath for the U.S. Senate on Twitter's involvement in covering up election fraud and interfering in a federal election. So hopefully we'll see that. I can't wait, dude, because I'm going to reach out and be like, "Yo, we need you on the podcast." So hopefully we'll be able to talk to you in a couple of weeks if something comes of this. Good luck, Dr. Shiva. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
I love how he's been really nice to us.
To Joe Biden. The president is contesting the election, and I would urge him to give intel briefings to Joe Biden. How much further to go, I don't know. We're going to be fine. At the end of the day, this thing will work itself out. It always has, and it will here.
Why do you sound like you're about to shit your pants?
Because they're just trying to keep everybody calm so they get on the ark.
He sounds like, dude, he sounds like he's like really nervous. Like, oh God,
we're about to shut off all the money.
Yep, we're fucked.
To report direct. I'm here today to announce that I've directed the Special Operations Civilian Leadership to report directly to me instead of through the current bureaucratic channels. I'm here today
I don't know what that means. The Operations Civilian Leadership, I don't know what that is.
This
so.
is the way I filled the bag. It's a perfect chip. It's kind of like digital.
Sidney Powell received a sworn affidavit from high-ranking military officer claiming Smartmatic was designed to change votes without being detected. And Ron, their code monkey, he found out how to detect when they did it and who did it.
Nick, look at that.
So, what, buddy? What?
That's just one poll. That's just one poll out of my nose, bro. Look at
that. That's awesome. Let's see. Here we go. Sidney Powell says she has a video from a founder of Dominion in which he states he can change 1 million votes through his election software. Pennsylvania has an order to wear masks in your house. That's fucking crazy.
Get the fuck out of my house, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, motherfuckers. That's crazy, dude.
Send somebody to my house to tell me to put a mask on. Please, I dare you.
Right? The same people, Jim Jordan. For real. Right. Jim Jordan said the same people who spied on Trump's campaign, promoted the Russia hoax, impeached the president because of a phone call, called rioters and looters peaceful protests, want you now to believe there was nothing wrong with the integrity of the 2020 election. No, thank you.
They're not
But
blank.
2016 was fraud.
I held up these papers, these affidavits, 234 pages of sworn affidavits under penalty of perjury. These
by the
are
way,
from
Kaylee,
one county.
What did CNN say about when you held them up on this program? Didn't they accuse you of holding up blank sheets?
That's right. They did about a 10-minute monologue saying these were blank. They're not blank. In fact, these pages of paper from one county were the reason that you had a county-level Wayne County canvasser say we cannot certify this election because of these witnesses, they're real people. And one reporter tweeted out, this is the first time in my 20-year history I've ever seen something like this, a county commission refuse to certify. It's because for the first time, you have a president for fighting for the forgotten men and women in Detroit, in Philadelphia, and Democrat cities across the nation.
Nobody
talks to me like that.
I want to see if we can get like a one-on-one, podcast with Joe Biden. Just be like, hey.
That never happened.
I know, never. Because, we'll just end up being like, hey, Joe.
They'll just watch our previous podcast and be like, nope.
I tweeted the other day, the left defends people who attack police with deadly weapons and shames people who refuse to wear a dirty disease mask 24 hours a day. Fuck every single one of you.
I wish we were good hackers.
What's that?
I said I wish we were hackers.
I don't want to have a digital footprint.
Neither do I. I'd be able to cover it up if I was a hacker.
Maybe.
Bobby Brown Jr. was found dead in the Brown home at 28 years old. Dude, this fucking guy, enough with your drugs. Get that shit out the house, bro.
Who is this
Was
guy?
it a heroin overdose?
I don't know what the fuck it was.
COVID.
They said, just like they said for the daughter, there was complications. I don't know. Maybe they really are sick, but they got fucking bad luck regardless.
It doesn't matter if they're really sick with it or not. They still died of COVID.
They fucking did. That's what they get for not wearing a mask.
That's what you get for dying during COVID.
That was a joke. He reached out to Jim Jordan here.
And then died?
He got in touch with all of them. Dan Scavino. No, Code Monkey. Here we go. Crazy Days and Nights, who follows me, by the way. I'm pretty excited about that. Seth Rich died handing over evidence of DNC voter fraud algorithms in 2016. That's a possibility, too. That makes sense. U.S. Marshals tweeted a multi-agency 2-year sex trafficking investigation in Tallahassee, Florida has led to more than 170 arrests. So that's pretty fucking
Were
awesome.
any of them Tom Hanks?
No, not yet. In Georgia, Alex Jones and their state representative were at a Stop the Steal thing. So that's pretty key.
We should have drove to Texas.
That was in Georgia. And then he did a live broadcast from the Georgia Guidestones. Oh my God.
Oh,
I'd give anything to met Alex Jones at the Georgia Guidestones. Like, Alex, will you take a picture with me pissing on this thing?
16.
15 at 80 miles an hour.
You heard it, Nick. We're going to the Georgia Guidestones tomorrow. We don't have work.
Let's do it.
I don't have to work the following week.
We can definitely get there in under 16 hours.
The whole week. We probably don't do it.
Should definitely hit those tunnels.
I got to at least spend a couple of days with my FAA.
Obviously. I don't have to do it every day.
Sometimes.
Randy Quaid said that huge spike representing the 3:45 a.m. Biden vote dump defies gravity. A small cap medical stock announcing the cure for cancer might see that kind of a spike. Now the U.S. presidential candidate wanted in the Ukraine on felony charges.
So it's about money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's always about the goddamn money.
Oh.
What money?
The money and the drugs, said Tom.
The fucking money. Go downstairs and get it. It's under the doghouse. It's under the doghouse.
I mean, I feel like if they're destroying those ballot scans, even if they delete it, shouldn't there still be a record of it going in the first place? So shouldn't those two tallies not match up if they're destroying votes?
Yep.
Yep. Watch this video here with Cuomo. Watch this shit.
The other day you said, this is the city's decision. They have an agreement of 3%. And today you said, well, I might have to impose an orange zone. And I might have to close the schools, which an orange zone does. So what's going on? Does the city still have the ability to close its schools? Are you now taking control and saying that you have the power to make this decision? And for the millions of parents who want to know, are the schools going to open tomorrow in New York City?
All right. First of all, let's try not to be obnoxious and offensive in your tone, because you're 100% wrong. We announced the orange zone law over a month ago. I don't know if you were here or if you were paying attention, but that has been in effect for over a month. It always said, if by the state's numbers you hit 3%, the schools close. What's going on here is nothing that the law hasn't said for over a month. We then had to test out procedures. If you were paying attention, you would have known we closed the schools in New York City 2 weeks ago. Remember when we did an orange zone and a red zone in Brooklyn and Queens, and we closed the schools? Don't you remember that? Okay, so what are you talking about? What are you talking about? We're now going to override. We did it already. That's the law, an orange zone and a red zone. Follow the facts.
I love how that
Well,
sign language guy is putting an attitude in the sign language.
Oh, they're not confused. You're confused. Read the law. Read the law, and you won't be confused. Go ahead. The schools are open by state law.
That's the question. I think he's correct in asking that question. I don't think it's obnoxious at all.
Well, I don't really care what you think.
So,
Fungool.
4 days later, the schools closed again. And I think he was on the defensive because these guys knew more. I think they wanted to get him on record saying something like it. And then in 4 days, be like, hey, why did you answer this when you knew the schools were going to close? You're telling us you didn't know for the 4 days? We have evidence that you did know. You know?
Yeah. But he can lie by telling the truth. Bitch. Right now, the schools are open.
That's why he's getting an Emmy, because he knows how to calm everybody. And dude, you see how he like sits back like he's like fucking like talking like he's like a gangster.
Yeah. Mob didn't get fucking taken out. They just moved into government. Right. The fuck did you really do, Rudy?
Sign permission slip to leave your house.
Yeah. Damn, I gotta get one.
Yeah.
I need my papers.
Here we go. Despite rumors, Durham investigation remains full steam ahead. That's good news. Sidney Powell, imagine that, 90% pristine sheets with no markings, 98% for Biden, who is unfiltered dementia, admitted he had the largest election fraud operation in history. His most honest statement. Georgia recount worker with 20 years of experience handling ballots describes an odd batch that stood out. Pristine sheets with no markings, 98% for Biden. She said, in my 20 years of experience handling ballots, I observed that markings for the candidate, these ballots were usually uniform, perhaps even with a ballot marking device. My estimate in observing these ballots, 98% constituted for all. So, the lady's fucking calculator, apparently, 98%. Evidence of voter fraud continues to grow, including 20,000 dead people in Pennsylvania voter rolls. That's an 08, man.
They have like the Walking Dead outbreak.
Look at this dude. This dude is a member of the DNC. But he said, no, seriously, how do you deprogram 75 million people? Where do you start? Fox, Facebook? We have to start thinking in terms of post-World War II Germany or Japan, or the failures of Reconstruction in the South. So this guy wants to die, apparently. Fucking come near me, bro.
He's about to get Clinton. See
Gonna
that?
get real embarrassed in
Kurt
front
Russell,
of your kids.
Actors shouldn't talk politics. Thank you, Kurt
Yeah,
Russell.
I have a better one coming up, and he says we're court jesters. We shouldn't be talking politics.
In other parts of the world, why our government has not taken them seriously is beyond my comprehension, unless they have some of the three-letter agencies have used them themselves. In other parts of the world, we know that the technology was exported to affect an election in Argentina. That's admitted by our friend who wrote the affidavit about Hugo Chavez and his interest in Smartmatic. Why our government?
Let's see. Scott Baio said, where are you at the FBI and Giuliani about everything going on? Sidney Powell said there were so many votes for Trump that it broke their algorithm. She did say that. The video's coming up somewhere. That's pretty exciting to hear. Let's see. Oh.
You do know that veritas means the truth.
I think they do.
What kind of are you anyway? I mean, you spread all this conspiracy theory shit that people who don't even have an 8th grade education listen to. And then you put it out there as the truth.
Hey, I have a
You
10th
guys-
grade education.
Yeah, I don't know. You should all be
Same.
I hope you do. Just off.
Let's see. Congress must investigate the integrity of the 2020 election. Why don't Democrats agree? Representative Jim Jordan said that. I agree, dude. Like, seriously, like, stop contesting this shit and start fucking checking shit out, man. You know, a lot of these people don't want to discover this shit. And it's very apparent. Look at this here. Watch this. Pence finishes a press conference. Watch the media go nuts. Dude, this is like South Park shit.
Thank you. All of you need to answer this.
Why is the federal
What is
government
going on? You're not working with the Trump You're all part of not recognizing democracy. You're all undermining the democratic election. Every one of you.
Why is the federal
And you won't
government
work with the
refusing
transition.
elections?
That's crazy. Pennsylvania Commonwealth Court judge ruled that 2,350 absentee ballots for the voter didn't date the declaration as invalid, reversing a lower court judge, just the Trump. But they don't report on those. This is Ron from this is Code Monkey. He is one of the world's greatest hackers. You can look at his arm on his glasses is like a crab people arm. This guy does not get laid. He is the world's greatest hacker. Just kidding. He probably gets laid way more than I do. Let's see. Sidney Powell said the system was set up to give weighted votes for Biden, 1.25 for Biden and 7.75 for Trump, where the software was used. Those are the weighted votes we were talking about. And she started talking about that right after Dr. Shiva got in touch with her. So it's pretty cool. I can't wait to talk about all these things. I hope they give us our Facebook back so I can get the video of me asking him about it and him blowing me off in June, God damn it.
Yeah. We got some questions for you, Doc.
God damn it. Let's see,
Where's my fucking
California.
time machine?
In California, you can no longer leave your home past 10 p.m. because you might give someone coke. It's still legal to intentionally give someone HIV here at any time of day, though. Thank God we still have some freedoms. Secretary of State says, no doubt Biden won, will move to certified vote. And then governor changed his tune. This is a rumor. Trump allies considering raising $200 million for Fox News alternative. not. Well, it's not. It's just a rumor. It's just something that's not picking up.
Ooh, I love rumors.
I love. And we've got a bingo. More election news never reported. Two Fulton County election board members were voted against certifying the Fulton County elections returns because signatures on absentee ballots were not electronically verified. Yeah, there was a lot that weren't verified. Like fucking, it was like 800,000 or some shit like that. A big ass crazy amount. Maybe 80,000. Maybe not 800,000. There's an 8 somewhere in there. One of the two. It's either a lot or a little, you know. Let's see. Yeah, Jim Acosta. That's just a reply to Jim Acosta. Yeah, I don't remember what he said, so it wouldn't work. Let's see.
So that's the first question that I want to put to you. And feel free, as you know, you can relax.
That was just a podcast I watched. That shit covered a lot. Okay. Oh, here we go. No.
What publication are you with?
CNN.
What publication are you with?
CNN.
They're just so rude to him. It's fucking hilarious. At the rallies, he always points at him. He's like, look at these losers. Look at them. Fake news. God, I want to go to a Trump rally and see that again. That's the other thing, is that there's not going to be any more Trump rallies, maybe. You know, it doesn't look like he's going to have any. Hope he has like a victory tour after this.
You didn't get any schedule for any more rallies going?
Yeah.
They didn't schedule any. They I don't know if it was just a rumor, if they changed their mind, but they didn't schedule anything. Dude, he's only publicly addressed us, the people, like 3 times since then, other than tweets. He's hiding out. He's making sure that they don't fucking kill his ass. Because then he started talking about this. They're talking about the CIA now and shit. And we know the CIA has some levels of involvement in this, no doubt. At least some rogue people do. Let's see. They asked Sidney Powell if for some reason Dominion votes were being transferred to Germany. So there was a report that the servers there got seized and taken, and Sidney Powell confirmed that yes, the servers were taken, but they don't know if they were by good guys or bad guys. And she said those words. I don't know if they're in the hands of good guys or bad guys. So that's kind of crazy. Oh, here we go. Stupid white bitch. And she's like, what am I supposed to call her? So can you tell me that she called you a chubby black bitch? You'd be okay with it? I don't think so. Oh, here we go. This is watch this shit. This dude is a doctor in Germany. This is all in German.
Oh my god, this fucking thing made me die laughing.
Dude, this isn't funny. This is scary, dude. This is what they're gonna do. Then it's instead of this guy screaming like Hitler, sounding like Hitler, it's gonna be shut that fucking dog up, and you're gonna be like, I don't even have a dog. He's like, he's coming right for us.
No, daddy, no.
And then his wife threw her titties in my hands.
Hier, die Polizei ist gerade da.
Trying to break down my door.
Ja.
I'm a little afraid and scared.
Ja, ich weiß nicht, was los ist.
Instead of opening the door, just waited until they smashed it in. I love that. I would have
Fucking make
too.
him do it too.
They're coming in tired.
Ich will die Hände sehen! Auf den Boden, runter beide! Runter auf den Boden!
I would do the same thing.
Geh runter!
Don't take me to Gulag,
Zwei Personen
please.
hier! Am Boden liegen bleiben! Wie sind Ihre Namen? Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie?
Ich bin Andreas.
Hast du irgendwelche Messer, Waffen, irgendwas einstecken? Nein. Komm lieber aus.
Nope, don't want anybody looking at this.
Nope. Dude, this is Orwellian like a motherfucker right here, dude. This is globalization.
I don't quite understand why they even. So where does this guy stand right now? Does anybody know?
I haven't had an update on him yet. So it's only 2 days ago and it's the weekend, so he ain't getting no love in the court till Monday.
Strongly. I mean, Roscoe.
Dave Rubin said, thinking about a party at my place. It's starting at 10 p.m. Saturday night. Maybe we'll live stream. I wonder if French Laundry is on Uber Eats. The majority of voters say special counsel should be convened to investigate Biden-Ukraine dealings. Fuck yeah, I agree. Here we go. This is Tucker calling out Sidney Powell.
For more than a week.
This is she made the claim that she has evidence that millions of votes were changed, and Tucker asked for the exact evidence, and she didn't want to give it up. So Tucker was either butthurt. I don't know what his deal is. We'll see. You guys can tell yourselves.
Invitation to fraud. And he's right. That's why Canada, for example, doesn't do it. All of which brings us to the bombshell at the center of today's press conference. That was delivered by former prosecutor Sidney Powell, who has also served as General Mike Flynn's lawyer. For more than a week, Powell has been all over conservative media with the following story. This election was stolen by a collection of international leftists who manipulated vote tabulating software in order to flip millions of votes from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. The other day on television, Trump that when the fraud is finally uncovered, quote, I think we'll find he had at least 80 million votes. In other words, rigged software stole about 7 million votes in this election. Here's some of what Powell said today about the software.
One of its most characteristic features is its ability to flip votes. It can set and run an algorithm that probably ran all over the country to take a certain percentage of votes from President Trump and flip them to President Biden, which we might never have uncovered had the votes for President Trump not been so overwhelming in so many of these states that it broke the algorithm that had been plugged into the system. And that's what caused them to have to shut down in the states they shut down in.
That was a few hours ago, but Sidney Powell has been saying similar things for days. On Sunday night, we texted her after watching one of her segments. What Powell was describing would amount to the single greatest crime in American history. Millions of votes stolen in a day. Democracy destroyed. The end of our centuries-old system of self-government. Not a small thing. Now, to be perfectly clear, we did not dismiss any of it. We don't dismiss anything anymore, particularly when it's related to technology. We've talked to too many Silicon Valley whistleblowers. We've seen too much. After 4 years, this may be the single most open-minded show on television. We literally do UFO segments, not because we're crazy or had even been interested in the subject, but because there is evidence that UFOs are real and everyone lies about it. There's evidence that a lot of things that responsible people used to dismiss out of hand as ridiculous are in fact real. And we don't care who mocks it.
This is the second video. The first video, I know I didn't pass it. They might have taken it down. Maybe I did pass it, but this is the second video. This is like his he doesn't, I don't know, he doesn't sound so genuine about the way he was acting. Like, he sounds like he was butthurt because she wouldn't give him, like, you know, I don't know, I feel like he was like trying to press her to like, oh, give me some names of these people, you know, so they could fucking poison these people or fucking threaten them or something, you know, I don't know. It seems weird.
Out of the Yale Political Science Department and the staff of the Atlantic magazine scream, conspiracy theory, the more interested we tend to be. That's usually a sign you're over the target. A lot of people with impressive sounding credentials in this country are frauds. They have no idea what they're doing. They're children of authorities, and when they're caught, they lie, and then they blame you for it. We see that every day. It's the central theme of this show, and will continue to be. So that's a long way of saying we took Sidney Powell seriously. We had no intention of fighting with her. We've always respected her work. We simply wanted to see the details. How could you not want to see them? So we invited Sidney Powell on the show. We would have given her the whole hour. We would have given her the entire week, actually, and listened quietly the whole time at rapt attention. That's a big story. But she never sent us any evidence, despite a lot of requests, polite.
Oh, no, this is
not
the
a
first
page.
one, okay.
When we kept pressing, she got angry and told us to stop contacting her. When we checked with others around the Trump campaign, people in positions of authority, they told us Powell has never given them any evidence either, nor did she provide any today at the press conference. Powell did say that electronic voting is dangerous, and she's right. We're with her there. But she never demonstrated that a single actual vote was moved illegitimately by software from one candidate to another. Not one.
Information she's withholding.
Why are we telling you this? We're telling you this because it's true. And in the end, that's all that matters, the truth. It's our only hope. It's our best defense. And it's how we're different from them. We care what's true, and we know you care too. That's why we told you. Maybe Sidney Powell will come forward soon with details on exactly how this happened and precisely who did it. Maybe she will. We are certainly hopeful that she will. What happened with the vote counting this month and at the polling places in Detroit and the polling places in Philadelphia and so much else actually matters. It matters no matter who you voted for. It matters whether or not you think this election is already over. Until we know the answers to those questions conclusively and we can agree on them, this country will not be united. Greg Gutfeld is the host of the Greg Gutfeld Show, and we're happy to have.
What's this one? This is when they're blaming the Democratic cities for all the election fraud. Here we go.
And it still takes days. And we go through a jury process. This is the court of public opinion right now. We are not trying our case in the court of public opinion because if we were, we would get unbiased jurors. I would strike 99% of you from the jury, and I would be allowed to because of the fake news coverage you provide. You are not unbiased jurors. And until you step out of your role as a journalist and actually go into a courtroom and you are a judge on a bench that has sworn an oath to be unbiased in our separation of powers, then your opinion does not matter. The facts matter, the truth matters. And if you are fair reporters, you will cover that fairly and appropriately, and you will allow coverage of our media team here and our legal team. That is absolutely shocking that all you cover are around the margins. And I've seen all of you taking pictures right now, and I can anticipate what your headlines are going to be. If you are not...
Fox, OAN, and Newsmax were the only ones that covered that whole thing. Everyone else just covered like small segments. They took snips of them all snapping at reporters. And we're like, yeah, of course, nothing happened all day, you know. The Trump, they provided no evidence. Meanwhile, Giuliani's like, here's a stack of 47 signed sworn affidavits. There's thousands more. He's like, these are the people whose names I can give you. They're like, no, fake, nothing. Holy fuck. Oh, look at this chick standing behind Richard Neal. This chick got the good.
Every once in a great while, you get to participate in a it will never happen moment. And we are witnessing that today. The other value of technology, I will point out, was after a round of intense
clenching that jaw hard.
That started on Saturday morning with the
cotton mouth like a motherfucker.
Trade Rep Robert Lighthizer We went back.
She's rolling.
Mr. Trucker, the speaker was.
Oh yeah, she's fucking.
Took a fucking quad stack, bro.
Yeah. I thought this fucking thing was gonna be
Infuriating.
over by now.
And the
Didn't
most
tell me it only takes 10
unpatriotic
minutes to kick in.
acts I can even imagine for people in this country to have participated in any way, shape, or form. And I want the American public to know right now that we will not be intimidated. American patriots are fed up with the corruption from the local level to the highest level of our government, and we are going to take this country back. We are not going to be intimidated. We are not going to back down. We are going to clean this mess up now. President Trump won by a landslide. We are going to prove it, and we are going to reclaim the United States of America for the people who vote for freedom. This is...
When do you think she's gonna come out with like?
Oh,
Has she ever been known to say some shit where she's been wrong?
I don't fucking know.
Dude, she
All I know is that
later in the week she said that. She said, she goes, I'm staking my entire reputation on this. She goes, I wouldn't bring this case if I didn't have a good case. And there's the country has one of the biggest law firms, and I forgot the name of it's coming up, but they won't represent these people in Pennsylvania. Like they reached out to them, like, hey, could you be our lawyer? And they were like, no.
Why don't you get yourself a public defender?
Yeah.
So wait a minute, you're telling me
Mitt Romney owned Sequoia voting machines, which are now Smartmatic. His son works there. Oh, here we go. This is
all right.
This is Sidney Powell talking about her interaction with Tucker.
Sydney, I want you to respond to what Tucker Carlson said last night, Sydney. I don't know if you watched it, but Tucker Carlson said that he had invited you on his show to share evidence of the software flipping votes. And he said you got angry and refused to provide evidence for your claims of voting software flipping votes. How do you respond to Tucker Carlson? Did you get angry with the show because they texted you and asked you to please provide evidence of what you're alleging?
No, I didn't get angry with the request to provide evidence. In fact, I sent an affidavit to Tucker that I had not even attached to a pleading yet to help him understand the situation. And I offered him another witness who could explain the mathematics and statistical evidence far better than I can. I'm not really a numbers person. But he was very insulting, demanding, and rude, and I told him not to contact me again in those terms.
There's nothing wrong with what she said.
Sounds like they were like swinging dicks. You know what I mean? Like
weapon
Trying
for
to
voter
intimidate
fraud.
her.
People must understand.
What's that, buddy? What'd you say?
Trying to intimidate her.
Yeah, for real. So it sounds like something was weird with it. I don't know. Here, Kevin Sorbo. I love this guy. Said 2016 rigged election, foreign interference. 2017 rigged election, foreign interference. 18 rigged election, foreign interference. 19 rigged election, foreign interference. 20. The election wasn't rigged, guys. Unified.
Unity.
Emerald Robinson said, here's 800 sworn affidavits. The media said, there's no evidence. Here's statistical analysis of impossible vote counts. There's no evidence. Here's the code that shows how votes flip for Biden. There's no evidence. Let's see. Let's see now. Obama's brother said this claim about election fraud is disputed. Let's see. Getting close to the end here.
Friday morning.
There we go. A shredder truck. Shit, was that a ballot county?
This is Susan Knox. I am in Cobb County, Jim Miller Park. Friday morning.
Why is your
November
video that
20th.
fucking blurry?
There is a shredding and
It's 2020.
recycling right here outside where the ballots are. Oh my God.
God damn it, Lynn!
Park. Shredding and recycling.
That's not good. Let's see here. Mitt Romney tweeted, having failed to make even a plausible case of widespread voter fraud or conspiracy before any court of law, the president now has resorted to overt pressure on state and local officials to subvert the will of the people and overturn the election. It is difficult to imagine a worse, more undemocratic action by a sitting president. So Scott Bale said, hey, Mitt Romney, beautiful golf courses in Utah. Maybe I'll move there, play a few rounds and unseat you. P.S. My wife is still waiting for a $2,600 refund. Remember your wife canceled that Beverly Hills political luncheon fundraiser, but your campaign kept the money?
Bitch. You've been called out. I don't see a fact check under that statement.
Right? Look at this here, Chris. Our elections are so clean that Dominion voting system. Oh, that's the executives at Dominion were asked to come in and talk with state officials today, and they refused to. And they were like, "You talk to our lawyers." So everyone, like the people that asked them to come in, were like, "All right, we will." Like, we just wanted to talk, but now we realize there's something you're hiding.
Reichstag fire.
Yeah. Dr. Shiva filed more cases against William Galvin, an injunction to stop the certification of the U.S. Senate race. Dr. Shiva thinks that it's possible to prove fraud and maybe get him to vote again.
He said he said he had proof that there was an algorithm they used to commit fraud.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
If you're okay with a government powerful enough to keep you locked in your home between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. for no reason whatsoever, you are part of the problem. I agree. Kevin Sorbo said, my son got home at 10:02 last night. He's locked in his room for the next 2 weeks. That was a close one. Dominion is so innocent that they've closed their Denver and Toronto offices. 100+ employees scrubbed their LinkedIn profiles, skipped scheduled testimony in Pennsylvania today, and lawyered up. So that's what innocent people do.
That's what smart, innocent people do.
You don't have any journalistic training except CIA training.
Like, what if they're about to
Last time I talked to Anderson Cooper, things really didn't go that well.
So Anderson, what influence do you think the CIA has when it comes to mainstream media?
Dude, you're being just ridiculous.
To manipulate the news and mainstream media?
So Anderson Cooper has 3 security guards all around him now. He actually hid in a car for me.
Get just one statement from you.
But this time he actually talked.
Hey, Anderson, we had a great interview last time. I was wondering if you get a chance to look into Operation Mockingbird? You know what that is.
You're talking about something from the 1950s, dude?
1970s official declassified program, how the CIA infiltrated the mainstream media from the higher up.
Right.
It's declassified.
I read about it in college. Yes, I do. Nice.
Do you think it's something that could possibly be happening today?
I have no comment for you. Thanks, dude.
Why not? I mean, you didn't have any journalistic training except CIA training. I mean,
he's just thinking right now. He's like, "Oh, I want to have you
fucking killed." When it comes to kind of domestic American coverage of the world events, we see a lot of coverage of Russia and a lot of coverage of Iran, but not Saudi Arabia. Why do you think human rights violations in Saudi Arabia are not covered as extensively as they should be?
Because it's none of our business.
Have you been to Saudi Arabia?
No, not yet.
Well, good luck. You go there and do it.
I will, probably.
Yeah. Stick your white face in their business.
Now, I don't want to be considered rude or mean when I told Anderson Cooper to his face that he had no journalism training at all, except for training by the CIA. But that's actually stated on his own Wikipedia, and he admittedly was trained to be in the CIA when he was in college and received no journalism training. But if you're interested in journalism training, I'm actually doing a full-fledged one-on-one boot camp course. There's laughing, yoga. There's tequila shop.
You had me at tequila shots.
I wonder if Hunter Biden will be there.
All of
Sounds like
these,
it'd be fun at a party.
there's no vocal like cause. You know, they always change their profile pictures and stuff, but for some reason, all of these politicians and celebrities took their original picture on their Twitter accounts and changed them just to black and white. It's not a new picture. They're all the same.
CGI'd those masks
old
onto
ones.
old pictures.
Yeah, some of them don't have masks. Like some of them are old pictures that they've had for years, but they just turned them black and white. And people are like taking guesses and stuff. I think it's some sort of code, like, hey, like, get ready, something like that. Because even Prince Charles's thing, he's like, we are in the final hour. Dude, they're planning something. Something's going on.
Just get it over with, all right? Stop. I'm tired of the suspense.
For real. Let's see. Kyle Rittenhouse was released on bond. Ricky Schroeder and the My Pillow guy fucking put up some of the money.
So that we'll never know.
Yep. Look at this now. I told you now. Tucker Carlson is a true. You were a VIP at Comet Pizza. Jesus. This lady here, my dad died today in a nursing home. He was tested for COVID 3 times over the last 3 weeks. He was negative every time. Yet we were told COVID will be on his birth and his death certificate as a primary cause.
Because we put him in a COVID unit. Duh.
Kevin Sorbo said, we are in the middle of flu season and I haven't really seen any flu cases. Why is that? The left answers, everyone is staying safe and listening to the experts. Me, how are 100,000 people getting COVID daily? The left, nobody is listening to the experts.
Well, they're already getting the flu vaccine, so that's why they're safe. Hercules, help us. For real, dude. He needs to just take the sword out of retirement and go to Congress and straighten some shit out.
And he needs to throw someone into outer space and just show them that you don't fuck
throw
around.
Mitch McConnell into outer space. Get us our fucking COVID money. Fuck.
Oh, here we go. Lynn Wood said a few months ago, I pledged to you my life, my fortune, my sacred honor. Many of you took that same pledge. We have been fighting back ever since. We are not done. He's talking about the Q pledge there. Toughest fight and lay ahead of us be the people with our mutual pledges to freedom in America. This is
take it?
Oh shit! What did I?
Did you take the Q pledge, Nick?
Son of a whore! What did I do? No, I didn't. I don't do those things. I'm not just stupid for those. I already do enough stuff that I'm embarrassed about.
They're gonna kill us.
They're gonna kill us. They're gonna shoot us. They're gonna squash us like a little bug.
Kill us.
Remember when America was a happy place? No.
No. Don June. Oh, look at this here. Gavin Newsom. This weekend we started collecting all turkeys in excess of 10 pounds from area grocers. This will limit group sizes in the name of safety.
What are you gonna do with all those turkeys?
Dude, that's so fucked. Like that. You think that's a joke? Like he said, we will obtain records of prior sales for bird tracing to locate addresses as potential gathering spots.
I'll kill you.
That's fucking real, dude. Dude, if somebody shows up and I haven't, especially if they better pray that they get me after I eat when I'm all disarmed and
You just draw the shades and lock the door and don't answer when they knock. They can't come in without a warrant.
For real.
Then answer after the turkey's all at.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get the fucking. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the video.
And have an open forum. So today we were supposed to sit down with Dominion and have an open forum discussion on all those issues. Whether they're true or not, let's have the discussion and knock them down to provide accuracy to our voters. They walked away from the table. There's no reason to do that. They're not being litigated. There's no lawsuit against Dominion that's currently filed. If we as a standing committee, if we as legislators that are duly elected to do oversight of state government, particularly of this election, how are we to do that if everybody wants to, that we want to have to ask questions to, says, sorry, we can't come before you because we might get litigated. We are not going to get any answers or address any concerns. This needs to we're putting a stop to this right now. If you're not litigated and we ask you to come before us, we expect you to fulfill your promise coming before us and address the questions that people have. It's not going to change the outcome, but we need to know what happened. Dominion was part.
This dude here is
and has almost 3.1 million entries. I exported all that information into an Excel sheet, but I was cut off at about 1 million rows. So keep in mind, we're working with 1/3 of the whole data set. So the first thing I did was create a column to see if any ballots were mailed out by the government the same day that they were received, filled out through the mail by the voter. Turns out about 11,000 were filled out by the voter and returned back to the government the same day the government mailed them out to the voter. I then created a column to see if there were any applications that were approved by the government, mailed out by the government, received by the voter, and then filled out by the voter and mailed back to the government on the same day. And there were 8,205 cases of that. And lastly, I created a column to see if there were any ballots that were received through the mail, filled out before they were even mailed out by the government. There were 7,403 cases of that. Pause the screen to read each definition of the columns. If anyone's able to make sense of these numbers without saying it's fraud, please let me know in the comments.
That kid's a fucking genius. He literally typed into an Excel spreadsheet 1 million lines. That kid's my hero. You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I wasn't following. All I heard was 1,000 lines on a spreadsheet.
1 million.
1 million.
1 million. He had 3 million things, but the Excel stopped him at 1 million. He was going to put in 3 million. But he found thousands of discrepancies just in the mailing dates. Never mind if you look at them and try and verify signatures.
Just in that one district. I saw this video. And just in one district, there was thousands of discrepancies.
Yes, dude. That is so
one
insane.
district, bro. Imagine all of them. Oh, by the way, we have a lot of viewers.
I don't call an activist. I'm not an activist, and you guys taking questions and talk to
Getting a little contentious toward the end.
I don't call on activists. Robert Redfield with CDC said all schools should remain open. He said we never suggested schools should have closed in the first place. Twitter is actively preparing to support the transition of White House institutional Twitter accounts on January 20th. That's why Trump uses his own personal one and all that, because they're going to take back the other one that's like the president's and all that.
Yeah.
That's why they're going to suspend his account next. 7.8 million registered voters in Michigan, but 8.1 million people voted. 71% of their precincts did not balance. 71%. And that just means that 71% of them put in too much because they had to overcompensate. That means that Trump pretty much won 71% of those, basically. You know what I mean? If they didn't need to cheat because they won it fair and square, you know? Let's see.
Some real Scooby-Doo bullshit going on around here.
Yeah. There we go. Here's Tucker's disingenuous thing here.
With Visible's all-in phone service, you get unlimited browsing. Is this unlimited browsing concept just to play on my eyebrows?
Yeah.
Come on! I'm a human person with feelings. Visible, $40 a month all-in phone service.
Well, last night in a segment about voter fraud and investigations into it, we told you about Sidney Powell, the former federal prosecutor, and her claim that roughly 7 million votes were secretly changed on election night by rigged vote counting software. Well, in the last 24 hours since we did that, we've heard from a lot of people, including people in the White House and people close to the president. Like us, they have concluded that this election was not fair. Like us, they are willing to believe any explanation for what happened. like us, they have not seen a single piece of evidence showing that software changed votes. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. It might have happened. It means they haven't seen any evidence that it happened. And by they, we are including other members of Donald Trump's own legal team. They have not seen Powell's evidence either. No testimony from employees inside the software companies, no damning internal documents, no copies of the software itself. So that's where we are. Sidney Powell came on Fox this morning.
Tucker wants to know
and
who at Dominion to kill.
Longer. I fully expect, she says, that we will be able to prove all of it in a court within the next 2 weeks. Well, as far as we're concerned, that is great news. If Sidney Powell can prove the technology companies switched millions of votes and stole a presidential election, she will have almost single-handedly uncovered the greatest crime in the history of this country. And no one will be more grateful for that than us.
He said that, and General Flynn went on right after and said, "Come on, Tucker, you're still not being genuine. Sidney Powell is slaying dragons with a small team. You sit on high and pontificate." Dom, look up that word for me. Go do some street journalism and ask the tough questions yourself. Why the hell not?
Pontificate?
Yeah.
I was just making a joke, buddy. I think I know what it means. I don't know exactly what it means, but it's saying he's being that. He tends to be a jerk.
It's like pompous.
We have an incredible opportunity to create entirely new sustainable industries, investing in nature as the true engine of our economy.
The current global crisis has disrupted every aspect of our lives, but it has also presented us with an extraordinary opportunity, a chance to reset and accelerate efforts to improve the state
Dude, that's
of our
from
world.
Black Mirror.
Changing our current trajectory will require bold and imaginative action, together with determination and decisive leadership. In order to secure our future and to prosper, we need to evolve our economic model, putting people and planet at the heart of global value creation. If there is one critical lesson we have to learn from this crisis, we need to put nature at the heart of how we operate. We are on the verge of catalytic breakthroughs that will alter our view of what is possible and profitable.
Dude, they literally just used a picture of Solyndra, Chris, that California solar field that doesn't work.
From this crisis,
watch.
We need to put nature at the heart of how we operate.
It's coming out.
We are on the verge of catalytic.
There it is. Look at it. That's it.
It doesn't work.
That thing doesn't.
No, not anywhere near what they
Said it
posted
would.
in the specification.
And that thing is the largest. That was the largest government loan ever given.
That's not a solar field, Nate. That's a geothermal field.
No, it's a solar collector. All those.
That's a spire, and those are mirrors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a geothermal.
It's not geothermal. It collects the sun and it points it at like
geothermal is from the earth.
Yeah, you're right.
That heats up to like 1,000 degrees, and then they use that steam to turn the turbine and whatever else they fucking
Hey,
do.
Chris.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Essentially, that's what it was
that will
supposed to
alter our view of what is possible and profitable.
Yeah, so hey, bro, if your brother rapes kids, I'm not going with you.
In the framework of a
If I'm
sustainable
following any cult leader, it's not you.
We need nothing short of a paradigm shift, one that inspires action at revolutionary levels and pace. We simply cannot waste any more time. The only limit is our willingness to act.
Digital
What?
currency.
Look at empty streets, dude.
The time to act is now.
China's got all these empty cities waiting to be filled up with people. Why don't we just send everybody there?
We should. You're right.
We got this power that people call God. There's many names for it. Allah, God, the creator, the most high. But the power exists. Some people, they don't like to admit that power exists, or they just don't believe it. They're atheists, you know what I mean? But me personally, I know there's a higher power, and you know, that power is real. That power is like, it's one force, right? It's one God force on this planet. And we are given free will to do what we want with that power. You can use that power for good, and then you can use that power for evil too. But there's only one power. So when people say God and the devil, no, there's only one. But you can use that force for bad. That's what these people are playing with. They're playing.
We're Jedi. Got it. This is that law firm, Kirkland and Ellis, withdraws from representing Pennsylvania Secretary of State after one of its associates threatened Trump attorney. In California, 3 sheriffs are not enforcing Gavin Newsom's unconstitutional order. Let's see. Tweet is unavailable. That was Gavin Newsom threatening to take turkeys. Blaine Maxwell is there. It's been revealed that she was taking photos of underage topless girls. Sick bitch. Donald Trump Jr. tested positive for COVID-19.
Apparently, I got the Rona. You wouldn't know it based on anything that I felt or have seen, or I guess I've been totally asymptomatic. But out of an abundance of precaution, I'll quarantine. I'll follow the regular protocols. Take it seriously. No reason to do anything otherwise. But again, totally asymptomatic, which is what's weird about it. I only got tested because I was supposed to do a father-son trip with my son after basically being on the road nonstop for a few months. So wanted to get tested before, just out of an abundance of precaution, and tested positive. So I got to cancel that trip. Hopefully I can make it up with him a little bit later. But again, just no symptoms, nothing. So it's a little bit odd. Maybe it's a false positive, maybe not. But I'll follow the protocols. Take a little bit more time. Maybe get another couple tests, and hopefully I can test a couple times in a row negative before the holidays. Just again, out of an abundance of precaution. I figured I'd reach out to you guys because I already have seen some of the well wishes coming in, the text messages, and the deep.
Some people getting motorcycle accidents.
That's good news. Giuliani held a Trump lawyers skid meeting with Michigan lawmakers after COVID-19 exposure. I think they're just spraying it everywhere. They're like, deploys the canister. They're all in like fucking Chinese-made air conditioner units. Look at this is what they're doing now. Tucker Carlson is with people who voted for Obama. He's a bad guy.
He's reaching across
bad.
the aisle, eh?
He's bad. Kraken, Kavanaugh, Roberts, Alito, Kavanaugh, Elena. Yeah. 2 Ks. Lucky there's not a third. Scott Baio again. Look at this here. This lady, she said shooter is reportedly a white male believed in his 20s, 30s, Wauwatosa County. This is that thing I showed you guys last night. Police Chief Barry Weeder. Oh no, what did we talk about Wauwatosa about? We talked about Wauwatosa about something else. What's that?
There was a shooting at a mall.
Okay, yep. So this lady, look at, she identified this person as the shooter wearing a face mask and an assault rifle.
Cop to me.
Hi, reporter for the local ABC affiliate. Your information above is wrong. This is a photo courtesy of Josh Breslin, who was inside after the shooting. It's a photo of law enforcement checking the building. That's a first responder in uniform.
Fucking idiot.
Lady. Anything to blame white people, dude. Look at this. Sidney Powell also said on Fox, multiple people were watching the fraud happen in real time. So she's got proof of that. Ron from 8chan said that too. He said that people could literally watch it on the display screen with when they wired in. Sidney Powell, they keep saying that she confirmed that our military got those servers in Germany. Who knows? Let's see. Matthew McConaughey was preaching against guns. I was kind of mad at him.
It's time to join hands. It's time to get in the arena. It's time to step up to the line and help heal our country. So how? Now, again, as stated in the March for Our Lives mission statement, how do we do this? They've got 3 hallmarks here. 1, let's ban the assault weapons for civilians.
No. Sorry, Matt. Can't do it.
They don't even know what they mean when they say assault weapons.
This guy tried asking Biden questions, and his team, like, he wouldn't answer, and his team kicked him out as soon as hard questions started.
I thought this was going to be all softballs. I need to have a BM before my afternoon nap.
Task force said it's safe for students to be in class. Are you going to encourage unions to cooperate more to bring kids back to classrooms, sir? Are you?
Scram, go. You have no right to be in here. Oh, this is a good one.
I've lost friends, I've lost family who've killed themselves. I've seen clients die because they've lost their livelihood.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I know you are, and I'm asking for you to guys have some compassion for the people that have lost everything.
We do have compassion for people who
Okay, well, you need to go have compassion out in the parking lot. This is private property. This is private property. This is private property. It's private property. Go get a warrant. Listen, man, this is private property. They're not wanted here. So do your jobs.
Well, his job is.
Well, no, your job is to remove people that are not wanted here. We're wanted here. They're not.
She's hiding her name.
I'm not. It's right there.
They're just doing their job. You should all be wearing masks.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Don't worry about my health. My health isn't your concern.
You're meant to be wearing a mask. It's a
okay, well, then write me up.
It's the law.
Okay, then take me to jail.
It's not the law.
Then take me to jail. Show me the law. Show me the law. Show me the law.
Well, I think we gotta go down.
You have to leave. You guys have to leave. You have to leave.
Now you're trespassing.
I really don't want to fight all of these people.
You're not trespassing.
You're trespassing.
It doesn't matter. We have a right to be.
Then get a warrant. Go get a warrant. Go get a warrant. Yes, you do.
Come back with a warrant for the.
Don't write the law.
No, go on your phone outside. Go on your phone outside.
Really like it.
Where did you hear the report?
I haven't done anything.
She's like, I haven't done anything to you. I just want to fine you and shut down your livelihood so that you can commit suicide like you were just talking about. Then I'll feel sorry for you.
This is a fine location after all. We're going to turn it into a land office.
Who reported it?
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, it's anonymous, right? It's anonymous. It can't be anonymous. You need to know your accuser. You need to know it cannot be anonymous.
You gotta go get a warrant.
It's not our department.
You gotta go get a warrant.
You don't get the right to policies. You don't get to violate the Constitution. It does not matter. You don't circumvent or subvert the Constitution.
Okay, Miss, you need to leave.
Shove that ticket up your ass. It's code enforcement. Get the fuck out, lady. Sidney Powell said there are many smoking guns. We are going to need federal protection for many people. Many AOC said Andrew Cuomo beat out Ted Bundy, Son of Sam, and the Night Stalker to win an Emmy in Best Serial Killer category. Let's see.
Condemn this. Who is actually jumping up saying, I condemn this. This is wrong. We are going to fix this problem. We're going to fix it internal. We're going to help you fix it around the world. We cannot have this type of behavior. That's what I want.
Election fraud. FEC chairman said Trump campaign bringing legitimate accusations of election fraud to court. So that's a good thing. Dr. Shiva needs everyone to. There's 2 steps in this thing. You need to send this email. I'm going to show you what it is here. You gotta send this email to your local town clerk and get the Freedom of Information Act on these 2 things. You have to get. Let's see what it is here. A list of voters and the ballots cast, and then you send those to Dr. Shiva, and he'll take care of the rest, so we can tabulate for shit all across the country. So we need to help him. So if you got the time, you do that, please, and thank you. Kevin Sorbo said, so you can't leave your house in California after 10 p.m. now because you might give someone COVID. But he retweeted the same thing I did. But you can legally transmit HIV to someone. This is the kid that found those votes. Dr. Shiva again. Tim Pool said, thousands of people dance in the street. Now you're saying they shouldn't celebrate with their family. Let's see. Cuomo's getting an Emmy. Shitbag. I thought I had that Gavin Newsom video, but apparently I don't have it. Nope, that's it. Apparently I don't have enough fucking make us want to be sick. Yeah, I could have sworn I retweeted that, but I guess not. Either that or they erased it. Because it was totally disingenuous. He was like laughing the whole time. He's like, I shouldn't have sat down and ate. I should have gotten right back in my car and left. He's like, but I knew this guy for 20 years, so I just wanted to see him for a minute, I got you. And it's like, bro. And that makes sense though too. They said it was lobbyists and shit, but Gavin Newsom's money came from the Getty family, Rich Oil and shit. So it makes sense that he would know lobbyists,
Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, me and this guy fucking tagged team this chick one time in an elevator. It was amazing. What were you gonna say, Chris?
Gavin Newsom's a lying piece of shit.
Well, he is. He's like one of the worst, dude. He's totally pathological. Alex Jones calls him Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, it's pretty fitting.
It's definitely him. Yeah, guys, subscribe to us on all of our Twitters, fucking YouTube. Let me show you here. Let me show you our YouTube account. Where's our face here? Anders Rockwell. Please find us and subscribe.
Well,
us here. Please help us share. We're gonna be back on Facebook soon, and we won't be posting like I used to post on Facebook.
Yeah,
still, but we will be using it to broadcast. Fuck you, Don. It's the easiest platform to interface with. Suck it.
Just sick of fucking making new accounts for you.
They won't even let me make more accounts now. They froze my thing. Once they unlock Nigel, I guarantee they're going to make me choose between Danger Door and Nigel. Guaranteed. Because now they've bonded them together and they know they're the same thing.
Yeah, okay, you can come at
that's all I got,
now.
guys. That's what they're going to do, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. And really happy to see you guys hanging out with us and see that our numbers are actually going up. I'm glad. Thank you for tuning in, and you guys will definitely see us next weekend.
Yep, thank you. See us during the week, too.
Hold on, let's see.
Yeah.
It's not live.
Yeah, we're going to play some zombies.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Stay classy, Internet.
Yup.